time. Every single time. We're late. Oh, LD. Chat, I see you. Do you guys not think that I see you? It's every single time. And we go late on purpose. A little behind the scenes strategy for you, chat. So,
I will come to your defense, my good sir. And I would say that today was not JD's fault. So we cannot put the L's in the chat just yet. Eventually when the show
Can we
eventually
agree
when the
whose
show
fault
starts.
it is, though?
Yes, we can.
It's LeBron, right?
LeBron,
Thank
Delroy
you.
James, those are the main catalysts of why we are late. But I would like to say the L's will be coming later, just not now. JD, I'm just waiting for you to fuck up.
Okay, wow. We got Bobby back.
What's up, y'all?
What up? What up?
Thanks for having me again.
Bobby making a comeback. See if he could redeem himself after 2 Players' Choice shows of take it L's. I don't know.
Great take.
Great
Phenomenal
takes, he
take.
What
says.
was your L? What was the big L that everybody was talking about?
I don't know.
I think the one I'm trolling, obviously, but the one that got the TikTok for sure going. I mean, people that were watching too, but it was just his top 10, and that was we addressed.
Oh, Scottie Pippen at 10
last show, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The top 10 got him going, and then we did a draft. Did we do an all-time draft? I forget what kind of draft. It was all time, and he drafted Rajon Rondo as great.
It was only guards. It was only guards.
Only guard. I
I
don't know about that.
I don't know about that, Bobby. Maybe you drafted only guards, but
and he drafted Rondo like the second round.
Bro, it was it was pretty early. I mean, drafting Rondo in any draft we do is unacceptable.
I love Rondo too.
Unless the requirements for the draft is draft someone who has the same letter in their first name as their last name, then Rajon Rondo's a great pick.
2012, 2013, 2011, Rajon Rondo was unfadable.
Mars?
The moment you went live, Arsenal conceded, so I'm not very happy right now.
Damn.
Okay, but all right. That aside, do you agree with Bobby's take on Rajon?
I think Rondo was the second or third best point guard in the league for a little stretch. So,
in what years?
I mean, post Darren Williams, and then before like Russ and Steph's ascension, you have Chris Paul, Derrick Rose, Rondo was kind of like, and then you got Tony Parker, maybe like the 3-4 main guys at the point guard position. So I just think the point guard position was just less talented.
I was just about to ask that. Do you think that's because seemingly the talent at the point guard position was just lower?
Yeah, I think realistically, I think the early 2010s, like 2010 to like 2013, 2014, in general was just less talented. I think you had the 2000 superstars fading out, and then you had the like superstars who we'd come to love in the 2010s kind of ascending. It was really only KD to that point who had taken that leap to superstardom, and everyone else just kind of came later. And Rondo was a beneficiary of that.
Bobby, is Rajon Rondo your favorite basketball player?
No.
Scottie Pippen is.
Nah, KG for sure.
That makes sense.
KG
makes sense. KG makes sense. All right, chat. So everyone that's tuning in live to the YouTube video, that sounds weird. Shout out to everyone tuning in live. The entry fee, you should know this unless you're new. Click that like button, click that subscribe button. We're going to get into the Draymond, Jordan Poole situation today. We're going to get, well, hopefully, Dell and Ron are supposed to join the show at some point today. Dell said 30 minutes, so 20 more minutes. We'll see if his time prediction is accurate. We're going to talk about the Redeem Team doc. I watched it last night. Euro said he watched it last night.
Mm-hmm.
Initial thoughts? We won't go too much into it right now because I want to talk about it later, but
I have a lot of like initial thoughts, to be honest.
Yeah.
The biggest one, why the fuck was Carlos Boozer featured all that much?
Yo, my takeaway was they must have not fucked with Tayshaun Prince, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they only had him like when he was like on the huddle, you know what I mean? When they had like a long shot of the bench or whatever, and he was just walking into the huddle, high fiving people. I'm like, damn, no love for Tayshaun?
Bro, okay.
That's
I
crazy.
feel like we could talk too much
Boozer
about this
was
right now.
Boozer was crazy though in
But
the 2000s.
bro, Boozer was nice, but Tayshaun Prince, like, did he get zero burn? Like, no burn, no interview.
I don't know. Michael Redd either.
Yo, Michael Redd.
Michael Redd
Bro,
is a good one.
when they
actually.
were showing like the practices and the people who were on the team, I was like, damn, I really forgot about who was really on this team.
But they kind of put two like teams together because I don't think the Olympic team was the same that was like the Olympic qualifying team. You know, they had like some rotational guys
Right.
that were on one team and not the other type of shit. So
Right. All right, we won't get too much into that because Dell watched it as well. So we're gonna get into. When I was watching it last night, I was like, we could really make a whole podcast potentially on this doc and just talking about the Redeem team because there's so many things. I don't know. There was a lot that was going on in my head when I was watching. I was like, damn, we could really go in on a lot of this stuff. But we're gonna talk about Victor Wembanyama as well. I don't know if you guys saw what Richard Jefferson said about Wembanyama, but very interesting. And then there's some other things that have happened, but obviously the big glaring thing that we're way late to reacting to this. But I think where we benefit from talking about this well after the fact is I feel like everyone had time to kind of process and maybe better formulate thoughts on this. So I actually do like that we're going to talk about this now as opposed to initially reacting. And that's the Draymond Jordan Poole situation. But first, shout out to Scabaldi for renewing that YouTube membership, or that might be a new membership. But Scabaldi, what did Dell call Scabaldi? What did he call it?
Was he on the show?
I'm pretty sure he was, and he called him something. Scababble. That's what it was. Scababble. All right. Let's get into this Draymond Jordan Poole situation because I am very curious. I have been waiting for today to hear everyone's thoughts about this. When Ron and Dell come on, we'll bring this back up to hear their thoughts as well. But Euro, I feel like I have to start with you on this because I feel like you'll bring the most level-headed opinion or thought to this situation.
I mean, first off, I felt like this is regular. Like this happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like this happened. I've seen this. Like I've witnessed a situation like this more than once, and I've been part of a situation like this one time. So like throughout my career, you know, from college to like the few years that I played, you know, pro overseas, this has happened. You know what I mean? So, and this particularly happens in preseason quite a lot. You know what I mean? Where it's like players are jockeying for position, new roles and responsibilities on the team, you know, and so it's a lot of egos flaring. Coaches like that type of stuff. Of course, Draymond is the type of guy that, you know, he brings the fire. That's his job, you know. And so when I first heard it, I was like, whatever, this isn't news. The nasty part and why everybody is now seemingly justified in their overreaction of it is because the video got leaked, right? I think that's the crazy part about it. And so now you have added nastiness, humiliation, and embarrassment on the Warriors franchise, on the players, you know, of course, Jordan Poole and like everything that he has to deal with now. I don't know, man. It's a difficult, more like complicated situation now. That's my take.
It definitely complicates it more so that the video leaked, because if they just put out a headline or something that Draymond punched or attacked, I don't know how the headline would have read.
And I'm not saying Draymond wasn't
in the wrong
or wasn't in the wrong. Like what? I'm not saying none of that stuff. I'm just saying it's like this happens. Like this happens all the time. I think Richard Jefferson, you talked about him earlier, but he said something. He said something about the championship, the 3-1 Cavs that won. You know, came back from 3-1 or whatever. He said that they threw punches and it just never hit the news. But this happens like every season. I would be willing to go as far as to say like that happens on every team every year, at least once.
Do you think So I think what's so shocking about it is like you might hear about scuffles and stuff in practice or in the locker room, but how often do you hear and for sure see a teammate punching another teammate in the face like that? Like that's why it's so shocking, is because he hit him so hard.
I mean, where else are you supposed to hit him?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's valid, but Dub.
So this was honestly one of the craziest things I've seen, bro. And I was wondering, I'm like, yo, Poole, why come your hands aren't up? Like, you just pushed him. He's charging you. Put your hands up, bro. Because he's charging you for a reason, especially when you're in that type of hostile environment. So, Jordan Poole, bro, next time, bro, if that ever happens again, please keep your hands up. You don't even have to throw a bunch, or keep them up, because you're going to get snuck like that. And I think regardless of if it was posted out or not, I think that's detrimental to the team, bro. I mean, people do like saying, oh, my MJ punched Steve Kerr and everything like that. But this man, Draymond, knocked this motherfucker out. Like, he knocked him out. He got slumped, bro. He put him to bed. So this is something completely different. Now that it's gotten posted online and everything, now it's worse than what it was before. So I'm worried about the chemistry of the team, how things are gonna look, how the Warriors are gonna react, because we all know how they're extremely bad at handling situations when Draymond's involved. And Kevin Durant alluded to this. And that was one of the main reasons of why Kevin Durant left, because of the way that they handled the situation with him and Draymond Green. So, Mars, I'm worried about your team a bit. Maybe if Poole is, willing to, and Draymond's willing to, let's get to this chip and disregard all that. But I think there's definitely going to be tension in that locker room. There's definitely going to be tension on the court as well. And you feel me? Like, that was one of the craziest things to me, bro. Like, he got slumped, bro.
Yeah, Mars, I want to get to Mars last because this is his team, so this is hitting a little closer to home for Mars. But to your point, Dub, about Poole not putting his hands up, because a lot of people said that online. It's like, why isn't he putting his hands up? And to me, the way I looked at it was, I understand he pushed him. He pushed him pretty hard, but I don't think, obviously, he wasn't expecting Draymond to throw a punch like that. He might have just been like thinking he's just going to push him back or something, because obviously he's going to retaliate in some manner.
He probably didn't think, you're right. He probably, because this isn't, like Euro said, this isn't the first time where some disagreement or Draymond Green got very vocal like this before. And the last time Draymond Green probably did do that, he probably shoved him back or something like that. But today was a punch. So me personally, bro, it's like, man, I hate that saying. Me personally, I wouldn't take that. I fucking hate that saying. Like, a lot of people who say that is really not about that. But me personally is like, regardless, bro, if we in a heated altercation, you my friend, like, I just gotta keep my hands up. That's the way my brain is wired, man. Like,
Bobby,
me and my brother almost got in a fight since disagreements, us playing basketball together. I always kept my hands up whenever he charged me, bro. Like, I'm not about to get sucker punched.
Bobby, what'd you think?
Yeah, that was weak from Draymond. I didn't like that at all. I mean, like Euro said, though, it happens. You have altercations, you have scuffles, but the way that Draymond swung on him, he was trying to hurt that boy, and that was just cold. Like, that's supposed to be the little homie. You're not supposed to do that to Jordan Poole, And like, I could really like Dub said, I could see that being detrimental to the franchise in the future. And like, I don't know if Draymond ran KD off, but that's like another notch. Like, every time somebody comes around, like a future player that's going to help our team, you run them off. Like, I don't know. I could see, honestly, I could see Jordan Poole. He's younger. He's not close to as big as Draymond. I could see Jordan Poole like actually being scared of Draymond now. Like, really not wanting to be around him. You know what I'm saying? And really like, man, is he going to hit me? Like, Draymond.
I mean, he had a healthy respect for him off rip. You could tell. That's why when he pushed him, he kind of like, had his head like, bro, I don't really want none of that. You know what I'm saying? He gave him no choice either, though, because if Draymond run up on you like that, you know what I'm saying, and then you push him, like, you can't just completely not do anything because you have to stand up. You know what I mean? It's a quote unquote test. But for Dre to like then escalate the situation the way that he did, especially as a veteran, You know what I mean?
You see, he put all his weight behind that punch, bro. That wasn't like no, little jab. He could have just stuck him. He could have just jabbed him. He tried to hurt him.
And that's a fact.
All right, Mars, how do you feel about this in your Warriors?
I think if there's a team that's equipped to deal with internal chemistry issues, I guess I'll say, I think it's us. I think when you've been together for as long as we have and we've achieved so much, I think it's easier to move past a situation like this, especially when you know what you're playing for at the end of the season. If you're on like a bad team that has no aspirations, it's kind of hard to move past a situation where a key figure on your team has hit another key figure in the team and your team's going to be mid anyway. Like, what's the point of trying to keep everyone in that situation happy? You just move on from one of them. So I think with us, because of what we're aiming to achieve, I think it's easier for everyone to come together and like understand. Obviously, the situation, we're not happy with what happened, but we have a job, we have a goal, we have something we want to achieve, and we can't do that unless we're all on the same page. Draymond's already apologized. I'm not going to tell Jordan Poole how to feel about the situation. If he doesn't want to accept the apology, he's entitled to do that. If he wants to accept the apology, that's great. But to what Dub said, I do agree. If I'm always someone for mitigating risk. Even if I don't think something that happened is your fault, I'm always going to say, what could you have done to avoid the situation? If Jordan Poole doesn't push him, maybe he doesn't get punched. I'm not saying he deserved to get punched because he pushed Draymond, but there's always things you can do to avoid putting yourself in a situation that you either don't want to be in or that could be harmful to you. And I think if he doesn't push him, he doesn't give Draymond a reason to hit him. I wouldn't have the reaction that Draymond Green had where I feel compelled to hit someone, but you've got to know who you're dealing with. You got to know that those things come with the territory. When you lay your hands on another man, he might feel the urge or the compulsion to react violently. And I think that's what happened. I think Draymond has said many times how he looks at Jordan Poole as like a little brother. So I don't know if the relationship is damaged beyond repair. I don't know if Jordan Poole feels a certain Arsenal just scored. I don't know if Jordan Poole feels a certain way towards Draymond. I don't know if it's something we can't move past, but I just hope it doesn't come to the point where we end up determining long-term contract situations because of this incident, or Draymond Green doesn't get an extension, or we move on from Jordan Poole because he's not part of the original core. And I just hope that we can still push towards the goal of a championship at the end of the day, because I think that's what winning tends to solve a lot of problems. And I think if we can still be a successful team and we start the season off right, I think it goes a long way towards our success.
Can I ask you this?
Mm-hmm.
They won already. Don't get me wrong. Like, I do agree with what you said, but they've already completed that battle. Wouldn't that make it more easier for them to separate since they've already accomplished that together?
I think that depends on, I guess, your mentality, because I know for me personally, when I played sports, once you win, I always never wanted to lose again, if that makes sense. Because once you feel how it feels to win, you don't want to go back to how it was before when you're losing. Some people get satisfied when they win and they're like, okay, I've achieved what I needed to achieve. That's the aim of being in the NBA or wherever you're playing. Some people win and then they say, I don't want to lose anymore. From what I know of, especially the core guys, Andre Iguodala, Steph, Clay, Draymond, if we were satisfied with winning one championship, we would have never gone after KD. We would have never tried to win. We never would have got 4 rings. I think Jordan Poole's built similarly. I mean, obviously he wants to get paid like anyone does. So this is kind of like not a contract yet. I think he's going to get the extension, but I think he's built similarly to where he's still, the goal is always going to be to win. I don't think a situation like this is going to derail anyone from that goal. It's just whether or not Jordan Poole can not, I guess, not understand, like, forgive Draymond enough to where it doesn't hurt the team in any way on the court. But they don't have to be friends off the court for us to be successful.
I don't think that I think that relationship is obviously going to change. The dynamic of that relationship is changed forever, and there's going to be time. It's going to take time for Poole to fully forgive. You know, he might say, because Draymond said he apologized to him, and he might say, you know, it's cool, like we moved past it, but mentally, I know what it feels like to get into some kind of heated argument, and then if it escalates to a physical confrontation, that takes time to kind of get over, especially when you're like close to that person, because it's so shocking. It's like, I didn't think that this was ever going to happen, and so it takes time to process that stuff and just kind of figure out, like, mentally, how do you get over that? So
Honestly, I think the video coming out, it made everything 1,000 times worse. Maybe you could have gotten away with it if it didn't get posted. And whoever posted that shit, you a piece of shit. I'm not even gonna hold you. You really a piece of shit.
TMZ posted it.
TMZ, like y'all fucking.
They
Y'all
got it.
crazy
They got
for
it
it.
from someone within the
Yeah.
organization. That's
Right.
the problem.
So whoever
My thing
whoever
is-
got that video, oh my bad, Euro, but let me
Go
get
ahead.
this off real quick. Whoever did that video, like, yo, you fucked up for doing that. On top of that, like somebody said in the chat, Jordan Poole is 23 years old, and you know how people are affected through this social media age, bro. It impacts a lot of our decisions, and we want to be viewed in a good light as well. A lot of people, you know, let's keep it real. Like, I just got to keep it real, bro. They're gonna be like, yo, bro, you really a bitch for like letting this slide. How you gonna let him do that to you, and you still just going with playing with him? We're like, oh nah, you really pussy for doing that. Like, there's gonna be talks like that sadly is gonna come out in the world, and that could really affect Jordan Poole, his decision making, and him wanting to be out on the court. So that's kind of the factors that I'm looking at as well. Like, it's almost like this. Like, a lot of people, like, I'm sorry I have to bring it to this, but if you with a chick and everybody knows that she been around town, you feel me? That makes you less acceptable to be with that chick, not because of the way that you feel, but because how everybody's viewing the situation. It's almost comparable. Even though that maybe they could get over it due to their own personal relations with each other, the factors of everybody else judging the scenario might lead this to turmoil, in my opinion.
Relationship advice dub is fire, by the way.
Dubonaire's on top, baby.
My question is this though, Mars, do you think, let's just say apologies are issued, obviously, you know, they have been, and you know, the wounds have, you know, like everybody is trying to, like, you know, put the right foot forward to make this happen. Like, you know, what am I trying to say? Everything is how it's supposed to go in terms of, like, you know, apologies issued and okay, now we put it behind us, we're moving forward type of shit, right? Do you make out Jordan Poole to be the type of person that, because the internet won't forget, right? The competition won't forget. They will continue. They will use that, you know, whenever he steps on the court to, like, keep that fresh in his mind every single game, right? Do you think that when it's time to sign either the extension or like a new contract or whatever, that he's going to be like, you know what? Of course I want to stay, but all of this humiliation that I have to deal with, like, you guys gotta pay now. And that may be something that the Warriors are either, you know, not willing to do or unable to do because of luxury tax and everything else like that. Like, do you think Poole would be that type of person to be like, you know, I sacrificed for this team in a way that nobody else has, and I need to get compensated for it?
If the Warriors had to choose too, though, like, who would they choose? If they had to get rid of Draymond or Jordan Poole,
they should choose Poole.
They should choose Poole. This will be the second occurrence that Draymond Green has had an incident with somebody, and it could have been very detrimental to the team.
I mean, like, who do they choose to get rid of? They choose to get rid of Draymond or Poole?
Draymond. You got to get rid of Draymond. At the end of the day, he's getting older. The defense he provides is amazing, but he's getting older. And on top of that, this is two instances now, where I wouldn't say that KD leaving was the main factor, but it definitely played a role. And KD even said that.
Two that we know of.
So that's two occurrences where, yo, Draymond, you had a hand on the way that the chemistry of this team is built. And if Jordan Poole leaves, that's two players that left due to the actions that you were a part of. So If I'm the Golden State Warriors, I'm like, Draymond, I love the defense that you bringing, but son, this is 2 people now that you fucking mishandled, and we lost because of you. I might have to just go with Draymond Green, especially if Jordan Poole's coming like, nah, I don't want him on this team anymore.
I'm getting rid of Jordan Poole before I get rid of Draymond. But
Why?
Because I think Draymond is A, the better player. B, I'm not thinking long term when you have a 34-year-old Steph. If you keep Jordan Poole, the new era of Golden State, without a Steph, without a Clay, without a Draymond, we're not going to win a championship with Jordan Poole. Like, no matter how he's 23 now, no matter how he elevates, he's not going to be the best player on a championship team. I think we can all agree on that. So I'm not going to sacrifice my present in Draymond Green, who to me is still the second, at worst, the third best player on the team, for someone who long term is going to be a better fit because he's 23. He probably has like another 10 years at a very good level, whereas Draymond has maybe one more contract. But if I want to use Steph's rest of his prime correctly and this championship core, I'm keeping Draymond for the simple reason he is more conducive to the success of that core. And also Jordan Poole would be more valuable in the trade market anyway. You'd get more for him than you would get for a Draymond Green. And we can always agree to a sign and trade situation.
But aren't you simply choosing short-term success versus like long-term planning and the potential success that'll, that Jordan Poole and that? Because of course Jordan Poole is who he is now. The role that he's playing. It's, I guess, it goes without saying that Draymond is more valuable to the Warriors, especially right now. But they are raising like a new young core to still be competitive in the long run, right? And I think Jordan Poole is a major piece when it comes to that, especially because he meshed extremely well with the newer guys, with the existing core, and so it'll be easier for that championship pedigree to just continue on because it's already like cemented as the winning recipe, and this is the culture, so on and so forth. So like, if they get rid of a major piece that will inevitably be the major piece, moving forward in the future, 5 years from now, or whatever, you have to kind of rebuild, So let's say you go with Draymond. Ideally speaking, you win 1 more or 2 more. You know what I'm saying? And then what? Like, Jordan Poole is gone. Like, who will you be able, because of all of the financial issues that they are having, right? They're the number 1 team in terms of like shelling out money, right? So like, who can you bring? Like, and then you have to then also consider, okay, we got Steph, we got Clay. Like, I just think it's a bigger situation than just choosing Draymond. Like, I think there's more to it.
I mean, I'm 100% choosing short-term success over long-term building, but the only reason I'm doing that is because I don't think a core of Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman is going to win us a championship. Whereas I think a core of Steph, Clay, Draymond, Wiggins, Jordan Poole for this season can win us a championship. So if I'm picking, it's like the same reason the Lakers traded their whole team for Anthony Davis. Alonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, that
ideally speaking, though,
yeah,
we have to now insert the issue. You know what I mean? Like the potential, ticking time bomb that it could be between Jordan Poole and Draymond Green. Like,
and I could be wrong about the short-term success. I believe it's possible we can win another. We could lose, and I could be wrong about wanting to get rid of Jordan Poole. Ideally, I get rid of neither one. But if I had to, I would get rid of Jordan Poole. A, for the short term, I believe it's more likely we could win with Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, etc. over the long term of Jordan Poole, James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga. So I'm always going to pick the side which has more championship upside. The same reason I don't blame the Lakers for getting Anthony Davis, because Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, they weren't going to win a championship in LA. No matter how good they became, it was very unlikely. Whereas you pair LeBron James with an Anthony Davis, even though they've only got 1 championship and you can deem the other years a failure, 1 championship is more than 0. And I feel the same way with the Draymond Green situation.
For sure. But you're looking at it from a championship mindset and not the business aspect, where I could agree with you 100% in what you're saying. Because I agree, like, Draymond Green is more valuable and the road to a championship is easier with him. But you also got to look at the business side. And the Anthony Davis and LeBron thing is kind of different because Anthony Davis was in his prime and I think like a 5-year span, they would be able to still make money off of those guys. Where, of course, the Draymond Green, Stephen Curry, and Klay Thompson, I think is kind of different because when we talk about revenue, talk about people coming to the stadium, watching the games, paying to watch the Warriors, having Jordan Poole is more valuable in that aspect for short term and long term because you're gonna get the revenue now with Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson. Even though you're not gonna win a title, you're gonna get that revenue from the fans. Then when Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson come out of their prime, come out of their graces, now you have Jordan Poole, Kuminga, and all those guys to play high level basketball. So when you look at it, because you also got to keep in mind that yes, the goal is winning a title, but the NBA is a business as well. And as a business decision as well, Jordan Poole, I think, is a safer option, especially with a guy who is running off the star caliber talent on his team.
I want to address two things. A, there's a comment in the chat from someone whose critical thinking is extremely low. A YouTube user asking me why I now care about championships when I'm saying accolades don't matter. A, I've always said winning championships is the aim of the NBA. I've always said I've taken the career with more rings. I've always said I understand you play to win championships. I've just said it doesn't make you a better player. So I don't know how you're misunderstanding that, but I understand not everyone's very intelligent. And B, I think I would agree with your point, Doug, if the Warriors, just the Warriors ownership, haven't shown to be thinking the business side over this championship side. We're like one of the only teams where we're willing to sacrifice financially for the goal of winning a championship. I think, plus with success, obviously with Steph Curry, I think the revenue is always going to be great. I think he's elevated the success of that franchise exponentially, where Jordan Poole isn't really going to make a difference entirely. But I think we've seen that we're willing to pay whatever it takes for the ultimate goal of winning a championship, whether that's maybe not making the right moves for...
You talking about KD, right?
KD could be an argument. I think people entirely disagreed with us going after Andrew Wiggins and the money he was on, but we saw that as a winning move. I think D'Angelo Russell, you would argue, is a more marketable player than Andrew Wiggins. We were willing to get rid of him. I think we just make moves that make sense for the goal of a championship over the goal of marketability and revenue.
So the way you gotta look at it as well is when they got Kevin Durant. I mean, they're gonna get the revenue regardless because of Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, what those guys do. That revenue is never gonna change. So now we can focus more on just winning titles and sacrificing our money to get like a KD. Same thing with D'Angelo Russell. They have Stephen Curry, they have Klay Thompson, and when those guys were going to get healthy, that revenue from those guys, the marketability of those guys was going to come. The thing what I'm saying is when we're looking at Stephen Curry, Klay, and Dre, they're exiting that. So now, as a business, your cash cow is exiting his prime and not being the same way in which he was before. So what I'm saying is you need somebody to replace that. And getting rid of a Jordan Poole, Kuminga, and Wiggins, for the future, I think you try your best as a business side to hold that together because Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson have a timetable and it's coming very soon. So keeping Jordan Poole and those guys, when it comes to revenue and making money, you need that cash cow. Let's say it's now Jordan Poole isn't going to replace Stephen Curry as the cash cow, not at all. But does he has the potential to be able to uphold that or come close to it? Maybe, maybe not. But you need a cash cow for your organization in order to make revenue. That's all I'm saying.
I can agree with that. But that's why ideally we get rid of neither one. But I'm always, for a championship core, I'm going to take the short term, more likelihood of success over the long term, less.
And that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, I don't disagree with that wholeheartedly.
Shout out to Jimmy Two Shoes for becoming a member of the Players Choice channel. Sharon Rada sent a super chat asking why people pushing mental health awareness and then run to make sketches, memes, and jokes about a dude that got punched in the face. I mean, this is the world we live in where everyone's going to have different reactions to things. Not everyone shares the same opinions. Everyone's got different opinions. Everyone reacts to situations differently. And
No. It's hypocrisy. It's straight up hypocrisy. And that's
it's only hypocrisy if I push mental health and then I go and post memes and make fun of it.
Trust me, I've seen
you
so
can't,
many
you can't
people.
take the internet as a whole and say some people are pushing this and then some people are pushing this. It's hypocritical.
And what I'm saying
is when you push one thing and then you act the opposite.
Yeah,
it's based on individuals. It's not
what I'm saying is I've seen plenty of individuals who, and people are the prisoners of this. It happens all the time. I see it on a daily basis. They sit here and say one thing, and then when shit like this happens, they're willing, oh, that's crazy, like he got slumped and everything. But then when you propose to them a question, oh, is mental health important? Oh, is it okay for us to not make fun of people? They're like, yeah, it's important not to do that. Those are the same motherfuckers that's going to be sitting here like, dang, Jordan Poole, you got slumped, bro. You really crazy. You really a bitch. I've seen that so many times. So that's why I say it's the hypocrisy of the world, because I've seen so many instances where people do that, and it annoys the hell out of me.
So,
me too though, like with Draymond, like how many times have you done something, and then like I know Draymond feel bad right now. I don't know, like Draymond, he kind of different, but at the same time, if that video when it came out, it would have been kind of different for him. Like now that the video came out, like people, he's looked at like a bully, which I think Draymond is. I'm tired of the fake tough guy role from Draymond anyway. But now it's kind of like, wow, like what did I do? I shouldn't, people, I don't know if you ever been in a situation like that where you've done something and then like the next couple of weeks you're just like, damn, man.
Is he a fake tough guy though?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What makes a fake tough guy?
Because he always do something when it's when it's like when it's safe. He not pressing nobody that he know gonna do something to him. He's and even those years back, I didn't hear nothing about him retaliating to Tristan Thompson when he got punched on by Tristan. I just don't see. And don't get me wrong, I obviously don't know Draymond personally, but just the way he comes off is kind of like, when somebody just go over the top, it's like, what are you really trying to prove, bro? Like, we're just playing basketball, but you can be an enforcer without being a wannabe tough guy,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there were rumors that came out as to why this altercation might have happened. There was rumors about Jordan Poole acting differently after, his season and the contract that he could potentially get. And Steve Kerr shut that down, said the reports of Jordan Poole having an attitude in training camp are false. Mars, I wanted to ask you, I saw yesterday or 2 days ago a rumored trade, and I don't know the validity of this. I don't even know where this is coming from. I just happened to be scrolling through, and I think one of the NBA Twitter accounts was pushing some trade rumors about Draymond potentially going to the Lakers. And then I forget, there were other, like Miles Turner being involved in some way and someone else. But did you see this at all? Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Russell Westbrook to Indiana, Miles Turner to Golden State, Draymond to the Lakers.
I think that's the one.
Yeah. I think that's the worst trade I've ever seen in my life. But
for who? Everyone?
I mean, I wouldn't even say the Lakers get a good deal because you just replace no floor spacing and good playmaking with no floor spacing and good playmaking. I mean, the defense improves, but you already have Anthony Davis, so I don't know how much you really need that.
Do you have Anthony Davis?
I mean, LeBron James and Draymond Green isn't getting you anywhere, so you better have Anthony Davis if you want to win.
Mm-hmm.
But Miles Turner to Golden State in replacement for Draymond Green, that's terrible for us. Russell Westbrook to Indiana, that's cool for Indiana because they're not trying to win. Russell Westbrook can sell jerseys or whatever and average a triple-double and everyone can say he's back. The Lakers are the problem, whatever. So I guess it's fine for them. They get a pick as well, so that's cool. But for the Lakers and Warriors, that trade makes no sense. If it was Russell Westbrook for Miles Turner, just leave us out of it. That makes some sense. But Draymond Green to the Lakers makes less sense than Russell Westbrook to the Lakers, in my opinion. Because yes, he improves your defense, but on offense, if you think Russell Westbrook needs the ball to be any part effective, Draymond Green needs the ball just as much and is a worse scorer. And you could argue is a worse shooter than Russell Westbrook. So I just don't know why the Lakers would want that. I know why Draymond would want that, the way he'd be fanboying over LeBron, but I don't know why the Lakers would pursue that.
All right. The NBA and quite frankly, the world has been put on notice by Victor Wembanyama. We've talked about him a couple times now, but we got to see another game out of him. We've heard from KD, from LeBron, several players in the NBA give their opinions on him. I want to read this quote that Richard Jefferson said. He said LeBron James would be number 2 if he was the exact same age coming into the exact same draft. That's how crazy this kid is as a prospect. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts about Richard Jefferson's comments.
That's facts.
It's not crazy.
He's
That is
100%. He's
absolutely-
100% correct.
Yeah,
and anyone
that
who
is
disagrees,
absolutely-
is looking at what LeBron James became,
Right.
not what he was coming into the league.
Right.
Because there's throughout history, you can see if there's a talented
Right.
big man with an elite skill set and the potential to be elite on both ends of the court. Just look at Hakeem in 1984 versus Michael Jordan, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Teams will
Fucking
always take the big.
Darko went number 1.
Teams will take the big, and it's because bigs usually convey the most success throughout history. And now we have a 7'4" guy with a guard-like skills and the ability to guard everywhere on the court. LeBron James was an elite prospect, but everyone who's not looking at LeBron through the lens of what he became can understand that potentially, and in terms of intriguing to franchises, they're going to take the 7'4" guy, and that's just how it is.
Facts.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
There's reports that are saying he could add $500 million of value to the franchise that drafts him. We can only hope that
One
he
exec
doesn't
said that.
we could hope that he doesn't get sent somewhere where he just gets forgotten about. I don't know that he is the type of player that would be forgotten about regardless where he goes. We kind of talked about last show where we would want him to, where we'd want to see him, where we wouldn't want to see him. But Dub, go ahead.
Nah, I mean, Mars, you guys hit it on the money, bro. I call that fucking unicorns, bro. Like, that's like a 1 in a million guy. A guy who could be great on the defensive side, being 7'4" and has a great offensive package. Of course, I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. If he was paired up next to LeBron James, I think a lot of people would pick Wembanyama over LeBron James at that time. And it's like, you can't even be mad at that. I mean, MJ didn't go number 1, and he was amazing in college. And who went over him again? I forgot.
Hakeem and Sam Bowie.
Look at that. And both of those guys was taller than him, right?
Yeah, both bigs.
Both bigs. They did that because of the defense and the offense that they had and how they could be unicorns at their position. I mean, it's nothing crazy to say, bro. If y'all mad about that, yo, fix your life.
All right, let's overreact to Victor Wembanyama. I want to know, when he comes into the NBA, where is he going to rank in terms of current players? Top 5, top 10, top 20?
I think he'll have a similar. For me, the way I see him is like Evan Mobley with a higher ceiling. That's how I view him. I think Evan Mobley right now, top 40-ish player. I think Victor Wembanyama rookie season could be somewhere similar. I think he has to put in some muscle and get stronger to obviously deal with the NBA. And you hope he stays healthy. But players at that size, there are injury concerns. And I think he's had a foot problem before. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. But
Dub, you having an earthquake, bro?
I am.
You good over
Do
there?
you still hear it? Do you still hear it?
No, your camera's shaking. Sorry, Mars. Go ahead.
But yeah, top 10, all of that. I mean, I've said I'm not a huge believer in the offensive game coming along that early. So I'm gonna say top 40-ish. But based on popularity, I wouldn't be surprised if he was an all-star first season. I don't know if he'll play at that level, to be completely honest, but I think he could make an all-star game.
I take that boy to the damn weight room, son. Take him to the weight room, bro. Get his strength skills up, and then make him just this crazy ass dude, bro. Because he's very skinny, and
I
that
hate
makes him
that
more
shit.
likely. Why?
Because you acting like he's not in the weight room right now, fool.
Yeah, he needs a nutritionist. He needs to go in the weight room. He needs to bodybuild, bro, and get them gains, son. Because he gets them gains, it's over.
Bro, this is what everyone says about every player who just looks skinny. Like that, you have no idea how strong the kid really is. Look at Kevin Durant coming into the league. KD was not strong, and we knew that by his numbers when he was benching and
He wasn't
whatever
lifted.
else. And
There's a difference between being strong in the room and strong on the court, though.
There is.
And he's heavy too. He's so big, he's heavy. So, and I think it kind of really depends on what team he goes to. Like if he were to go to Indiana, I could see him going, instantly being a top 15, 20 guy in the league, playing with Tyrese. But if he was to go to, I don't know, like Orlando, I'm not sure. It might take a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
With a player like that, I'd rather have all of that stuff come naturally, and I'm talking about the bulk, because you don't know if you're forfeiting some of his other attributes that make him unique, like his speed and his explosiveness, his quickness, just from 0 to 60, like like the fast aspect, what I mean, like all of that stuff at 7'4", you don't know how that's going to be affected if you add another fucking 25 pounds of muscle on him or something.
I don't think it gets
So
affected that much. I could put on 25 pounds and still be
but you're 7'4", you
I
5'4".
think a 7'4" guy. I think a 7'4" guy could add 25 pounds of muscle and be fine. Not be held back by lateral movement as long as you train properly.
Not
Like
everyone's
one of those
Giannis.
things.
Giannis
Yeah.
is like the only example of where I'd say someone putting on that much muscle and that took him like 3-4 years to get to a level where he was putting on weight.
Mhm.
I think with Chet it's more understandable. I think Chet and Wembanyama compare, but Chet, his weight is a much larger concern to me than Wembanyama. Wembanyama's frame, he has a small frame, but his frame doesn't look unhealthily small. Whereas with
Right.
Chet, he looks unhealthily small, where it's actually a large concern with his weight, which is
And
why I
look
would
at
understand that more.
and look at how many bigs in the league right now have similar frame but that are successful. Evan Mobley being one, since Mars just mentioned him. Right? I would obviously KD, I would say, I'm not saying that he's nice like that, or whatever, but KP, he holds his own being a tall, skinny guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not getting pushed over like that.
Well,
So
Wembanyama, I think Bobby said it. Like what I see in Wembanyama, he's not weak. I'm not gonna don't say I'm thinking he's weak. He's not weak because when you look at his body mass and look at the way his muscles are defined, he hits the gym a lot. He does seem like he's very strong on the court as well. All I'm saying, I just want to see him get bigger muscles, bro, so he can be a real cheat code. That's all I'm saying. I just want to see him as a cheat code. Huh?
I say he's already a cheat code.
He is.
I want to be the
that's
god. I
fact.
want to be the god code, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
what I want to see. And
Yeah.
I think he could. I think over time with his body maturing as well, he could add some frame and muscle, bro. And if he adds that, son, I think it's over.
Hold on, here's a hot take. Willie the Kid just said Victor has the potential to be first team All NBA.
He does. Hey, I didn't check last episode though. Where did you guys say that y'all would like to see him go?
San
I said the
Antonio.
Spurs, yeah, the Spurs.
I think Spurs is great as well.
But he's not making first team over Jokic or Embiid or Giannis.
Not
Those guys are still going to be in the NBA.
Not his first season out. No way. But with
I thought
Pop,
that's what the guy was talking about.
yeah, it won't take long if he's with Pop though. If he's with Pop, he'll be there soon.
Hello, Ron.
It was good.
First team All NBA in his first year is kind of crazy to me, though. I don't know about all that.
Wasn't Tim Duncan All NBA in his first year?
I think so. I don't know if he was first team All NBA or first team All Defense. It was one of them, or maybe both. But Tim Duncan was like a MVP level player as a rookie. I don't think Wembanyama would be that guy. Yeah,
we don't know until.
And Tim Duncan was 22 when he came in, so Tim Duncan was like damn near a grown man. So it's different.
I think we all know the generational tanking that's going to take place this season. Adam Silver is hoping that this doesn't happen. He issued a warning for the tanking of Victor Wembanyama. He says, I know that many of our NBA teams are salivating at the notion that potentially through our lottery that they could get him, so they should all still compete very hard next season. Good luck.
Yeah.
How do you enforce that?
You can't.
You can't.
Because you can't prove that they're tanking.
Yeah, you can't enforce that, bro. You just gotta take it.
I mean, they don't want to either. Like, he can say that, whatever, but he, should have did something against the process, if that's the case.
I do think teams
openly said that.
Skewed.
He did. He did. He changed the
He changed the lottery rules from like a 25% chance to like 14 or something. But unless I don't know how you can fairly get rid of tanking, because as long as the teams with the worst records have the best odds, they're going to try have the worst record. Unless you made it equal for every team that was in the lottery, as in they all have 8% chance. I don't know.
What are the ways that teams can tank, though, outside of sitting their main guys and calling it load management or whatever? Like, what other way can you actually lose games? You see what I'm saying?
On purpose.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're just playing your role players way more.
Because I remember Pop, he sat Tim Duncan, like he sat a whole bunch of his stars very early in the season when they were playing the Heatles. Y'all remember that? This must have been like 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. And the NBA fined them.
I do remember them getting fined.
Well, you could. I
So-
mean, listen, you could fake it till you make it. You feel me? You could just drawing up plays that really ain't gonna work and pushing up the pace and just like
No,
just fake it
no
till you
star
make
is
it.
gonna run with that. You
You're
want me to do what? Tank
No
my
way.
numbers for this shit? No.
No, it's not
No.
tanking your numbers. It's just playing in a way where you could get your numbers and still not be competitive. You know, that's why I said pushing the pace. If you pushing the pace in the offense and you're just trying to go score every time, the defense is gonna take a hit.
I think
Play D'Antoni basketball.
I think the fine was coming from not necessarily because it seemed like they were tanking. It was just that you're sitting your stars. People came here to see these stars.
Right.
Right. That's where I
But
think
And on
that's the same
national
thing.
TV. And on national TV.
Right.
That was a big
Sure.
problem.
for sure.
I don't see a fine. Even if you fine a team, like nobody cares. Like if to get Victor, fine me all you want. I'm tanking.
Yeah, they
But the
talk
thing
about
is- but the
500
thing
million valuation that could swing due to Victor. Teams don't care about paying a couple thousand. They'll
Yeah,
for sure.
but what's the point though? Like if everybody starts tanking, everybody still stays in the same position.
Nah,
No,
absolutely.
if you tank better. That's why I think teams' records are going to be crazy inflated. Like the teams that are trying to win, like the Warriors, the Clippers, the Lakers, I guess, they're going to end up with like 60 wins just because there's going to be like 8 teams that are just going to give you 3 wins essentially. So every team's record is going to be higher based on the fact that there's more teams that aren't trying to win games. Like the Spurs, the Jazz, the Rockets, I believe, OKC, all those teams are just, you're going to come into town, they're gonna be like, okay, you guys can win. We're not trying to win. And every team's gonna get like 7-8 wins more a season just simply based on that.
But do you think that makes the playoff race a little more competitive then? Like a team that's a fringe team, like let's say the Sacramento Kings. We talked about them possibly making a play-in. So let's say that they get an additional 8 wins. Doesn't that make it a little more competitive for, let's say,
No,
like
it'll
the
make
Sixers?
it'll make the first
When they
round
play against
trash.
them?
It'll make the
It would-
play-in
all
trash.
it-
It'll
all
make
it-
the
all
first
it will
round
do-
trash.
Yeah, all it will do is make the teams at the top and the teams at the bottom, the gap look insurmountable based on the fact that you're gonna have a team with 65 wins at the top, a team with 12 wins at the bottom, and then you're gonna have teams who have an unusual amount of wins, maybe like the Kings, maybe like the Portland Trailblazers, who aren't good enough to actually be legitimate playoff teams, but based on the fact that they are in win now modes based on the teams they have, and they're not really trying to tank their future for an 18-year-old, and they're still trying to be competitive, they're going to end up with like 42, 45 wins because the other teams around them are actually actively trying to lose, and it's just going to have like 6 good teams, and then the rest of the playing is just going to be trash teams who don't really deserve to be there, but they're going to
We
be.
get 42 regardless.
Ron, right before you joined, I asked everyone where they think Wembanyama would rank among the current players his first year in the league. Where do you have him? Mars has him like top 40. I think Bobby said it wouldn't be crazy to have him in like the top 25.
Bro, after his last 2 games of displaying his shot making ability, and I'm gonna tell you what was even more impressive than him scoring 37 and 36. It was the fact that he had 4 blocks the first game and 5 blocks the second game. So, bro, when you factor in his impact on defense,
Both sides of the floor.
yeah, and then if he can really, like, I know he can't sustain a 37-point average, but bro, if he can just make shots at that clip, really make threes, those turnaround fadeaways, he's obviously gonna make catch alley-oops and dunk the ball a lot, run the floor like that. Man, bro, I don't think top 25 is ridiculous. I mean, think about it.
I
Think
agree.
about it. I'm gonna throw out a name, and it's no knock to this player because he's an NBA champion and one of the best defenders in the league. But we had Drew Holiday at 25. Can Victor not have that type of impact on the game? Would you say that right now, based on what you've seen, and I know we haven't seen him on the NBA floor, but do you think that he can do Drew Holiday like things? I know it's 2 different players. We're comparing 2 different players, but I'm saying, like, do you think that he can impact the game like Drew Holiday would?
Fair
Yes.
question.
Like,
we had
from
Drew
his
Holiday
defense?
ranked
It's not
no.
impossible.
Not. It's two different players. Two completely. Let's say Jared Allen, for instance. Jared Allen. People would say Jared Allen's a top 30 player in the NBA.
Jared Allen?
Top 40. Top 40. Let's say
Duh,
top
duh,
40.
duh.
I don't want to overreach with him, but I'm saying, like, bro, I think Victor would be better than Jared Allen, and he was all-star.
It depends on what team he goes to, I think.
I want to start naming some names. And first, I want you to tell me if you would have them in the top 25 current players right now. And let's see if we can see a way that Victor could slide in there. So, like, a Jaylen Brown, would he be considered a top 25 player in the NBA right now?
Yeah, but
Barely. If he makes it, it's barely.
He ain't in my top 25, but
Is he in top 30?
Okay. That's fair.
he might be.
All right. We
You
don't
don't like JV. Why?
It's not that I don't like Jaylen Brown. I just don't think he's a top 25 player. I think there's at least 25 players better than him. I do think he gets overrated by some people. I think he gets underrated by others. But
What,
So I think he's fairly rated
where does
in
the
general.
skill tip? Like, is he more overrated or more underrated?
I mean, it depends who you talk to, because I know people who think Jaylen Brown is trash, which would imply he's underrated. But then I know some people who still think he's better than Jayson Tatum, which would show that he's overrated. So it's
Oh,
a
you just
very
raised your
wide
hand?
range,
Yes.
very wide range of ratings for him.
How
I'd
big is
lean
the
more
gap
towards
between them two?
Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Hmm.
There's like 3 or 4 tiers of players between them, in my opinion.
Wow. Okay.
what? Mars, what?
I think there's 3 or 4
And this is why I
tiers
have
of
to come
players
up here and
between
say
them.
what I say about Jaylen Brown, because people would say things like that. Like, we did not just watch a playoff run where Jaylen Brown arguably outperformed Jayson Tatum.
Hey, what
On
time
the
is it
biggest
over there?
stage in the world.
What time is it?
6 p.m.
You
But
over
be-
there
but-
sauce. That's
but-
what it is.
But because the dude is 6'9" and can go through the legs and shoot step backs, we rank him. And that's why I have to come up here and reiterate things like you guys choose basketball players like you choose girls.
Huh?
No,
What?
like
Oh,
how
we like
girls
the best
choose-
of the best? What the fuck?
No, like you guys choose basketball players like how girls choose guys. Oh, he's tall, he got long hair, he can do this and this. I'm like, so just because the dude is tall and can dribble through the legs, all of a sudden he's all it is. I'm telling you.
I never said Jayson Tatum is all of that. I just said he's
I'm
better
talking
than
about
Jaylen
just the
Brown.
consensus. Just the consensus.
Well,
With
okay.
if a dude is tall and can go through the legs and step back, all of a sudden, oh, he has a bag. He's this. He's
It's not
this,
even
this.
that.
Isn't that what
bro.
we're doing with
It
Wembanyama
is.
right now?
It is. It is.
That's what we're doing with
It is
Wembanyama
all
like
that.
right now.
Wembanyama's a little different though. That's like that's a little different.
Jay,
That's a
you
little
remember when we
different.
were talking about hypocritical? This is very hypocritical.
I mean,
Yo.
Ron makes a fair point. Like he's
He's not making a
wrong.
fair
He's
point.
not
It's not-
wrong.
I
It's
don't know
not
how it
even about-
applies to Jaylen Brown and Jason.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown's like 6'7" and Jayson Tatum's like 6'9". It's not that
But
big a difference.
Ron, I think this is targeted towards you. Philosophic.
Philosophic, yeah.
PG-13 can score without dribbling. Top 10 player.
Once
Man,
again,
he
you
jumping
guys
air out the
choose
ball.
basketball
He is
players like girls,
definitely
like
not
girls
top
choose
10.
guys.
What
Okay.
about wait? What about Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown's game makes you think that that's how we're viewing it?
What do you mean? What about their game? JT's taller. He clearly is a little bit more flashier. He shoots step back threes. So you guys just fall in love with him.
flashy though?
Jayson Tatum's not that flashy, bro. He
I
just
don't
does
think
that
he's
one little
flashy. I
step
think
back
he just
move.
makes. I think he just takes tougher shots. I don't know.
And that's another
considered
thing
flashy.
too. So a dude takes 3 dribbles, goes behind the back, and shoots a step back, and all of a sudden it's he has a bag. So he's so good. Yo, just
What's
because you
Jaylen
do
Brown
that shit,
doing?
No, I just think he's better than Jaylen Brown.
What
I
does
think most
Jaylen
people-
Brown do?
Most
And
people
I
just
think-
think he's better
I
than
think
Jaylen Brown.
objectively, Jason Tatum is better than Jaylen Brown, but that's not a knock on Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum is very good at basketball.
no, absolutely. You guys remember I came up on the show and I recorrected my sentiment on it. I said
You
do
just
think
haven't-
that
You have an issue with the gap that Mars is presenting.
exactly. That's really
Okay.
what I do because Jaylen
I mean,
Brown
3
is
tiers
right
of players
behind
doesn't
JT.
mean there's like
Mm,
25 players. Like there could be like 2 players in a tier. and that's still a tier difference.
Mars, so
Like,
you're doing. So how many tiers do you have? 1 million in the NBA?
No,
if it's
the way
no,
because the way I do tiers is if you have an argument to be over a player, you're in the same tier as them. Like, for example, I have like a tier of the top 4 players in the NBA. The top 4 players are all in the same tier. LeBron, Steph, Giannis, Jokic. They're all in the same tier. I think I have like Luka at 5th. It doesn't mean Luka's way off of those guys. I just don't think he has an argument to be the best player in the world, which is why he's in tier 2. But he's still one spot behind LeBron, who's in tier 1.
How many tiers do you have? Like your
I mean,
tiers are basically like
I don't
off of-
rank all the way through the NBA. I have a solid top 25 in the NBA, which is about 5 or 6 tiers a lot.
And so
5 or
your
6
tiers are
long.
basically like the ranges, right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I have Jayson Tatum in the
it,
3rd tier, and I think
you
Jaylen
have
Brown
at
is in
least
like the 6th tier.
So you have at least like 20 to 30 tiers.
If I were to rank the whole NBA, sure, but I can confidently rank about 40 players, which would be about 9-10 tiers.
See, I have 3 tiers. I have top tier, bottom tier, and then the middle of the pack.
Well, yeah, if you do it like that, then Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum are probably in the same tier. I just think that's too much of a wide range.
But Mars, though, my question to you is: you just said a person can be in the same tier if you're gonna argue that they're better than them. I can definitively, me and JD can take everybody off the screen,
I would
and it could be
100% disagree with your argument.
It could be me and you, but I can 100% disagree with your argument. But I'm
Yeah,
saying,
and that's why you
Dub
can have them in the
possibly
same
agree.
tier.
Dub can possibly agree. Euro can possibly agree. I know Bob will definitively agree that Jaylen Brown can be better than Jayson Tatum on any given night.
No, not any given.
That's why
night.
you
I
can
think
have them in the,
that's
that's
true.
why you can have them in the same tier.
And then
Like,
Dub
I
just says
don't
on
think
any
he's
given
better than
night, but
them.
we fucking watched the playoffs from start to beginning, and on any given night he was better than
Bro,
Jayson
the only time
You
when
can
he
do that
was
with everyone, though,
You can
Ron.
have
Wait.
a better game. It doesn't mean you're a better player.
Oh, yo,
You have
I'm
an
not.
argument
I'm
to be a
okay.
better
So
player.
now I was projecting saying on any given night. On any given night. Now I'm going back and reviewing what they did, and Jaylen Brown outplayed Jayson Tatum in 2 of the 3 series.
Which series?
The
Two.
finals.
Ron, that's a small sample size,
finals?
It's a small sample size. We watched. Okay,
Which series?
all right.
The finals.
We did,
Miami,
but we had
Miami
a lengthy
series, Jayson
discussion
Tatum.
about this, though.
Jayson Tatum had a better finals against Miami. He had a better series against Miami. He had a better series against Brooklyn. And then who did they face?
The Bucks.
Then they faced the Bucks, and who had a better series there? I didn't look at those numbers. But I think Jayson Tatum had a better series.
I think Jayson Tatum was clearly better. And then you look at the biggest game of the series, the game 6. Obviously, Jayson Tatum went crazy, but I'm not going to go off one game. I just think Jayson Tatum, the whole run, was just a better player. I think Jaylen Brown was a more efficient scorer in the finals. I still think Jayson Tatum was the best player on that team. I still think Jayson Tatum was the main focus of the Golden State defense. I still think he would have been the reason they won. I think Jaylen Brown benefited from getting less defensive attention than Jayson Tatum, which comes from being the second best player on the team.
That's what I was trying to say.
That is where I was going to go with it too, is because how much did Jaylen Brown benefit from not being keyed in on so as much as JT, because they know that's the guy.
If you look at it though, like y'all forget when JT goes off for one game, it has like 40 or 36 or whatever. Y'all forget about the other 2 games when he was out there looking scared. You know what I'm saying? Like he disappears. Like and don't get me wrong, the only reason I take it so serious with JT is because he's way too nasty to be scared ever. And then you can look on his face and you can look on his face and he's just like, I don't think he's scared though. I think the problem with Jayson Tatum is that he's not matured yet, and he's trying to mature as a basketball player. And I said in the finals that was very glaring. I think with Jayson Tatum, he doesn't know when to be aggressive. He doesn't know when to be a passer, and he just sometimes in the moments he gets stuck and confused on knowing when to be those type of players. I don't think that's him being afraid of the moment. That's more of him trying to establish himself as a player in which role that he has to take in a particular situation. He does know now, though. Maybe he could.
Yeah,
know
I think you'll see that he's learned a
that.
lot. Yeah, I think because I think we as a team just put him in a position where he had to be a decision maker, and I don't think he was comfortable making the advanced decisions we made him make. I think you could see the same thing with Jaylen Brown to a lesser extent. He just got less tools thrown at him. He was more going against Draymond Green in certain one-on-one situations. But when we force either one of those guys to become decision makers, that's where their offense kind of fell apart. We just forced Jayson Tatum to be in more of those situations because he's the better player. So you send more coverage his way.
cooking Draymond now.
I want to
Yeah.
get back to this list because I want to see if we can.
And hold up, JD. Before you say that, then Mr. Mass comes up here and says Jaylen Brown can't dribble. He needs to go to so he can never be the number one option. That's when I say you guys choose basketball players like girls choose guys. If he's tall and has a handle, all of a sudden he's so pretty. He's
Oh
this,
my
this,
Hold
and that.
on, but Ron,
I mean, it does matter that Jaylen
It
Brown's
does.
handle
he
is
does
beyond
lose the
bad.
basketball
Let me ask you this,
any
Ron.
amount of time.
Are they both two-way players?
I would say that I wouldn't classify JT as a two-way player. He plays good defense, but I wouldn't say
Do you
he's a
think?
two-way
Wait, do you
player.
think you think Jaylen Brown is a better defender than Jayson Tatum?
Absolutely. What?
Okay.
All right, you
What?
want to say that? All right.
I'm not debating.
No, what
Is the
we-
bar
we-
far off?
Time
Ron,
out.
Ron,
Time
it's
out.
fine,
Yes.
It's fine. It's fine.
We started classifying Jayson Tatum as having adequate defense because he guarded Kevin Durant one series.
Okay, JB's the better. JB's.
Before that,
I wasn't
you never
worried more than he was.
before that you never put Jayson Tatum in defense in the same sentence.
That's
Never.
right. Cool. All right, Ron. Is JB a better defender? You said yes. How far off is it? If JB's a 10, where's JT?
I'll say JT's a 7. I'm not
Okay.
gonna hold him on defense.
Look at score.
So where is he, Mars? He's a 9. He's
Ron, just let it go.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I
He's
think. 'Cause
Kawhi
I think
Leonard, huh?
I think he's a better defender than Jaylen Brown, so it doesn't
Okay.
matter what I think.
JB is a better. JB's better further. Like he's more better at defense than JT is better at offense. Like the gap between their defense bigger than their offense.
No. That's no, not at all, bro. Jayson Tatum is at worst on one spot down from JB. At worst.
Since
Jason
when?
Tatum this year, bro. You acting like players can't get better. I could agree with you in a sense where Jason Tatum in years past wasn't that great of a defender. I could get you on that, but you acting as you just being negligent to the improvements he made on defense this year, bro. Like, bro, it's crazy to me. You acting like guys can't improve.
There, Dub,
What?
but
No,
negligent
he for
T.
sure. His effort improved a lot, and I'll give him that. And I was actually surprised with JT, and that's what allowed him to move up my player rankings. But I'm saying, bro, I'm not finna sit here and say that JT is just a lockdown defender now, because keep in mind, a lot of that was team defense as well. So the same thing you guys were saying, they honed in on Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown and forced them to become playmakers. The Celtics did that to Kevin Durant. Jayson Tatum didn't do that. The Celtics did it. They
Who was
blitzed him as a
guarding-
team.
Who was guarding Jimmy Butler?
I don't. You tell me.
I'm pretty sure Jason Tatum was guarding Jimmy Butler more than Jaylen Brown, or it was Marcus Smart. But Jaylen Brown wasn't even having those
So
type
you
of
just threw out. So
responsibilities.
you just threw out 3 names, which further lets me know that they did it as a team. They were a good defensive unit.
Okay, cool.
Ime Udoka was a good defensive coach.
Hey, shut your mouth!
See, even your dog don't agree with you.
Don't steal Euro's line. Come up with your own
I
shit.
didn't even know Euro said that. I didn't even know Euro said that.
No, what's it called? What was I about to say? So yeah, if you're saying it's more of a team, not one guy's being the lockdown defender, wouldn't that lead you to believe that they're probably close to each other on the same tier of each other?
No, because I've seen
if the
Jaylen Brown
coach,
lock up years
hold on, wait.
before that.
If the coach is sitting here and not giving more of the responsibilities to Jaylen Brown, you know more than the coach, because by your logic, Jaylen Brown should be on the guy more than should be on Kevin Durant more than Jason Tatum, but that wasn't the case.
Hold on, you talking about KD?
KD, Jimmy Butler.
I mean,
if he's a better defender, he should be on the more, right?
You also got to understand, though, KD's 6'9", 6'10", so it's like you're obviously going to put a bigger defender on him, just like how Bobby said. Al Horford was guarding him.
Jimmy Butler, then.
I mean, you just said 3 people guarded Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, because not one of them was definitively the defender. If JB's that much of a better defender than Jason Tatum, why is it that the responsibilities were split?
Yo, I would take JB to guard Jimmy Butler 11 out of 10 times over Jason Tatum.
Oh my God.
And I'm pretty
All right.
sure you would too.
I want to get back to this ranking, but first let's hit these super chats. Jonathan Peralta, NBA find the Spurs not because they sat the Stars, but because they sat them on a nationally televised game. And Eric Dupree, y'all undervalue Wiggins' defense on Tatum. All right. Bam Adebayo. Would he be a top 25 player right now?
You could argue that. Yeah, for sure.
He's borderline. He's not in my
No,
top
no.
25, but he's borderline.
Could you see Victor Wembanyama being a better player than Bam Adebayo?
First
Next
year.
year?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
First year.
Maybe if his defense takes a, maybe if his
Ron, I'm
mean,
with you.
defense is
I don't
defense is Bam.
Bam
all-
does a lot for Miami.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know though. Ron,
What's up?
it looked like you were shaking your head. Yes.
His rim protection is going to be just as good, if not better.
Bro, that's what
And
I'm looking at. Like,
he can shoot the ball better than him, and on top of that, I think he's more of a lob threat. I'm not even talking about isolations or anything like that. I'm talking about him catching the ball on pick and pops, him getting the ball and pick and rolls and going and dunking the ball, and him getting wide open shots.
I think the only way.
I think Wembanyama can do more for you than Bam. And
what can he not do, JD? Is there something that Victor cannot do that we've seen?
What can he not do?
Yeah, what can he not do? Like, only thing I've really seen is him really get on the block and he back to the basket, which is crazy because he's 7'4". But that's the
He can do that.
Okay.
I think he would be better doing that in the league though, because of how defenses are able to set up, as opposed to where he's playing right now. Because the double team and triple team, like court is smaller, defenders are right there, like on him immediately. Because what you going to do with a 7'4" fucking guy in the post,
And here's the other thing is, obviously this is a complete overreaction. We need to see Wembanyama actually playing in the NBA against talented NBA players,
Right?
the best of the best. But we're projecting here. So what we see now, there might not look like a lot of weaknesses to his game because he can get off whatever he wants to get off realistically on both sides of the floor. He's not going to get exposed as much because he's not playing against a scheme, different schemes, different players that different abilities, whatever, stronger guys, all those things, right? So really, I think his weaknesses would be more exposed in an NBA setting as opposed to, playing against the Ignite.
That's what I said when I first assessed him. I said his biggest adjustment will be just that the court is bigger, and guys, the athlete, the average athlete in the NBA is just faster, is just faster and stronger, can jump higher and all the other shit than the rest of the world. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because the NBA is more of an athletic league. That athleticism holds a lot more value in the NBA than it does in other leagues. It's particularly the one that he plays in. So I think that's going to be his biggest adjustment.
When y'all were saying with Bam, you said, Ron, you said he was a much better rim protector. I want to know, like, if he's guarding AD, AD got him 17 feet, 19 feet away from the rim. Is AD just going to hit him with something to go by him? Like, could he stay in front of somebody like Anthony Davis? Or
I meant to say he has the potential to be, just based on what I've been seeing. Like, I'll obviously never know until he gets in the league. So I don't want to say that, just say definitively, oh, he's a much better rim protector. But to answer your question, I mean, bro's 7'4". All you got to do is put his hands up. And obviously it's going to be easier or harder to score over him than it would be for Bam, because Bam's 6'11".
And also guarding AD on the perimeter, it's like AD's tall too. It's not like he's going to be explosive to the basket where Wembanyama can't stay in front. And he's also got the length where he doesn't have to be in his pocket. So, but
I'm saying, like, still AD, I don't know. I think what you're saying, because he's tall, he's not explosive, like not quick. Like he doesn't.
No. What I'm saying is that Anthony Davis is a tall guy too. He's not faster than a guy who's going to be like 6'7". Like, it's going to be way harder for Wembanyama to guard a JT and a JB than it is for him to guard an Anthony Davis.
Yeah, well, that's why I wouldn't even ask about him
on the wing.
But like, so what I'm saying is, if Anthony Davis got him, and it's really guys like that's that big, you just got to get him going one way, switch direction, you can spin back, So if AD rips through, takes a couple dribbles to the middle, spins back baseline, can Wembanyama stay in front of that? That's what I'm saying. Like, can he change direction that quick? Like,
bro, you make Anthony Davis sound like he just could change direction insanely fast.
I mean, AD is a fluid athlete.
He's fluid for sure, but like, I don't think he's gonna break his ankles.
Well, no, he doesn't break his ankles to lose him.
What? That's true. What about his National League counterpart, Rudy Gobert?
What
No,
about
Better?
And this is where things kind of get funny now.
offensively,
You know what I'm saying?
Offensively,
Yeah.
I don't think defensively he'll be as good as Rudy first year in the league. I think potentially like year 2, year 3, I think he'll be a better player than Rudy.
I'll give you the defense for sure.
The thing about Rudy on defense too is you got to factor in the intangibles too, where it's like him being able to rotate on time, him being at spots where he's supposed to be at. I don't know. I haven't seen him play enough to know what his basketball IQ particularly is on defense. Yeah, he can block shots, but just because you can block shots doesn't always mean that you are, a superb defender. You especially as a rim protector, you got to rotate and be in certain places at times.
Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Hassan Whiteside was fucking lazy. He pissed me off with that shit.
Yeah, I do think Ron's right with the intangibles. I don't know if I would call it intangibles, but because you look at him playing in Europe, the rules in terms of like how far you have to, I think the court's smaller as well. The rules in terms of how far you have to rotate, like in terms of you can stand in the paint for longer. You don't have to make those long closeouts as often. You don't have to retreat back to the paint and cover as much distance. So I think it will be an adjustment, which is why I don't think he'll be as good as Rudy defensively first season. But Rudy's like a top 3 or 4 defender in the NBA, so it's not crazy to say that. I still think he could be like a top 10, 15 defender in the NBA, like first season. That's how good I think his defense is.
Can we stop mentioning Hassan Whiteside's name, please? Every time
I think that's like the first time you've ever
please,
said his
listen, I don't care. Every single time I hear Hassan Whiteside, I feel like throwing up. I don't want to hear this man's name ever again.
All right,
It's just ridiculous.
we have
There's
a-
94 likes. There's only 94 likes and 334 people watching. What the fuck are we doing today? Seriously.
Ron, we got a super chat for you.
Here's also my question though. When we're talking about Rudy and Wembanyama, would you guys,
Yo, you just botched his name, bro.
what is Wembanyama?
Yeah, you said
Well,
it
I said
terrible
it.
the first time. No. You said it
But,
crazy. the first time.
I didn't think you said it that bad, Ron.
But like, would you guys take him? Like, if you're the Wolves, would you take Wembanyama over Rudy?
I mean, yeah, look at the money.
You kind of have to.
Rookie contract versus 30 million a year.
Man,
and
I'm not
he's-
talking.
and
You're
he's
paying them both
19.
the same amount. You're paying them both the same amount. As a talent, you're trying to win. Who would you take?
I mean,
I
the
think that-
timeline would say Wembanyama because
Morris,
Ant is young, Cat
today.
is young.
Today, right now.
They're
You're-
not
you're-
winning with either one. They're not winning with either one.
Okay.
But long term, they have a chance to win with Wembanyama. I don't think they have a chance of winning with Rudy Gobert.
Bro,
So
Chad
that-
keeps saying that we're messing up his name. His name is now Wet Banana. All right, you guys happy?
Today, I'm taking Rudy today, but for the long haul, I'm taking Wembanyama.
But
But
see,
I think-
I
this
want to
is why-
say this though. I think the Wolves might be onto something.
I
I'm
think
not-
they'll be a good team. I don't think they're winning a title, but I think they're a good
Oh,
team. I
yeah.
think they can be like a top 4 seed this season.
Yeah, if everybody's tanking and they're not, for sure.
Exactly.
When
That's the
Ben
plan.
Llama. When Ben Llama is elite.
Wind bend llama.
Yo, but I'm saying that to say that's fire too, Eastside. I'm saying that to say though, because I think the offensive gap is really far off between Rudy and Wembanyama. So I mean,
God.
I'm assuming you guys would agree, right? And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
defensive gap isn't that far away. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
We don't know yet. We haven't seen NBA guys attacking.
I
the
gotta
rim.
see him play, bro. We gotta see him play, man.
most
That's why I
definitely.
hate
Obviously, it's a
things.
projection. We
Yeah.
projecting.
I think Victor about to be getting punched on this year.
Please.
Not this
By
year,
Dr-
next. My
By who?
bad.
Draymond Green? It's gotta
All
be.
right.
That's the only one person
I mean,
punching people.
He's not going to be
I'm
on the
talking
Warriors,
about
though.
dunk on. I mean, like dunk on.
I know.
Benny Hanna's Ron. He said, "Ron, go watch Celtics ball and show me JB sitting in a chair longer and better than JT, please."
Let it bet.
So there you go. All right.
I suppose JT and defense. I like how Mars says JT and defense in the same sentence. Never knew that was a thing.
This is
Wendy Llama. Yo, can you just spam all the crazy ass names y'all can come up with right now with Wyndham Llama? Wembanyama is winning it for me right now. That is really winning it right now for me.
What about old boy's name on his team? What was his last name?
Oh, you
Oh,
fat.
you fat.
Oh, you fat? Yeah.
Oh, you fat.
That's
Fire.
crazy.
That's wild.
That name is crazy.
I love
Where
how
is he
the
from?
announcer immediately
What
said
heritage
that's
is
his
that?
name.
I don't got no idea, but he was playing on Victor's team, right?
I think he's
Yeah.
French.
He might
He's
be
French, but he's from somewhere. I remember seeing a video about it, but I've now forgotten the nation.
Wait, so that's his actual name?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh,
I
you
know it's his
fat,
actual
man.
name, but I'm saying like, is that his like?
It
birth
wasn't
name?
it wasn't changed. Like,
Samuel
Changed?
Moore got it right now. Samuel Moore got it right now. Tell your mama, bro. That is
Tell
the-
your mama.
Tell your mama's a good nickname for her.
Tell your mama, Wembanyama.
Oh my god. I want to talk about Embiid and their interest in, or his interest in potentially playing for Team USA. But before that, do you guys want to talk about Kanye at all?
Nah, bro, I don't even want to talk
no.
about him, son. He's fucking crazy,
It's
bro.
crazy.
Like, what the hell is good with this guy, bro?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Kanye's not crazy, but I ain't trying to. I'm not.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to ask because it was very interesting these last couple days. But
Nah,
okay,
he's
let's talk
fucked
about
up,
Joel
bro.
Embiid.
You just pissed me off, Jay. I'm not even gonna hold you. Oh,
Why
man.
you mad though, Dub?
Bro, dude wore a fucking White Lives Matter shirt, bro. Like, who does that? That's the stupidest shit.
JD, white lives do matter, bro. We know that.
They do, bro, but it's ignorant. It's just ignorant.
Okay, no.
It's just fucking ignorant, bro.
Kanye does shit like this just to get reactions like that, Dub.
I know,
feel
I know,
like, bro,
I
I'm like,
know.
this shit is laughable at this point. Like, I don't even like shit like that. We shouldn't even pay no mind. Like he literally does this
Nah,
shit just
son.
to get an
Nah,
uproar from everybody.
I'm not with that, bro. I'm not with that. Don't get me wrong, like I've never been like, even when he was doing all that crazy shit, like I've never been like a whole like nah fuck Kanye, but this time it's like there's certain lines you cross, bro, and like that shit right there, I fucking hated it.
Yo, hey, Ron, Dub ain't no turn your cheek pacifist type, man. He pressing his issue. Fuck that. Let him have it, Dub.
Nah, bro, it's just like it's stupid, bro. It's just stupid. And does anyone even know why he did that?
Yeah,
Ron
so
just told you.
about it.
No, like his own reasonings. Like, where was he at? All I know is that he wore the shirt, and then I was like, nah, I'm off that shit.
He did it with Candace Owens, though. That's what made it like, that bitch out of here.
Yeah, bro. I just listen, bro. I mean, I hope people might start boycotting his Yeezys and shit, bro. Like that's a real life scenario.
But here's the thing, though,
He's
Dub.
crazy, bro.
Here's the thing. Yeah, we might start boycotting his Yeezys, but white lives matter. So it's plenty money.
The white people.
You know exactly
white
my
people.
point.
He's bringing the whites
Exactly my
in.
point. You know, there's
The
plenty money over
fucking-
there.
Like, oh my god, I hate it, son.
Hey, that's just
And
like,
I know it's just marketing, bro. Like it's different. Ah, Jesus.
but that's just like Jordan said though. White people wear my shoes too. You know.
Yeah, man, fuck it.
He ain't say that. He said
Republicans
Republicans buy.
wear sneakers too.
buy
One and the
sneakers.
same, huh, Bobby?
JD's wild.
Sure.
What'd he say? Say it again, JD.
I said one and the same, huh, Bobby? I mean, statistically, okay. Anyway, Joel Embiid, Team USA men's basketball is looking to recruit Joel Embiid away from France after the 76ers center obtained U.S. citizenship. This would be disgusting.
I think that shows that they're scared of France.
Okay, elaborate.
It's just like,
Victor Wembanyama. That's the
yeah, we don't want to compete no more. That's that Kevin Durant shit. You know, like can we play basketball?
Rudy Wembanyama, Joel Embiid. Who else is on France?
Evan Fournier.
Evan Fournier. That's right.
Is
Rudy
Nick
Gobert.
still playing?
Nando De Colo.
Does
He's on France.
Does
Hell
Batum still play?
yeah.
Yeah, Nando a
Nobody
problem,
knows that
dude.
name, like of our audience, but man, do your Googles, man.
Yeah.
Do your fucking Googles.
I don't even want y'all to do y'all Googles because y'all wouldn't. If you don't know, you don't know. If you Googled, you're just gonna be like, "Oh, y'all hyping this guy." Nah,
Right.
They have Gershon Yabusele.
Mhm.
He's nice.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
him.
He's nice
they
as
got-
fuck. I mean, they have it's not just that, these names are these names or whatever, and they may be like, second tier or in Mars world, maybe fucking 80th tier player in the NBA type of shit, But at the end of the day, this is a international game, right? This is like the leagues, the rules aren't those of the league. And so they know how to play this game. And if you remember, they beat that Team USA in the preliminaries, the last Olympics. So they have all this talent coming in. They got a bunch of young guys coming in as well. Imagine how much better they will be with Joel Embiid. Imagine how much better they will be with Joel Embiid and then Victor Wembanyama coming out off the bench or even starting, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to
Victor,
be.
wet your mamas?
Yeah, Victor, wet your mama. If this dude, bro, he will go like French will be crazy.
What your mom?
Not for real.
Hey, does Nick Batum still play?
He's older, but I
don't know. I think he'd probably be
possibly
done.
see him.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad to have him there. Like, doesn't hurt you.
He starts for the Clippers, so I mean, he for sure can make an impact on that team.
Right. Okay,
But-
I would just like to see it. You know what I mean? I would like to see another powerhouse in the international basketball competition outside of the United States.
I mean, year over year, it just seems like collectively these international teams are just getting better and better and better because there's just talent coming from everywhere. So eventually we're going to get to the point where USA, it doesn't matter anymore.
Watch out for Nigeria. Watch out for Nigeria.
Yo, but I said that a few episodes back. Remember when we were talking about Yugoslavia, the potential Yugoslavia team with Jokic and Luka? I was saying that would pose a problem for US, and you guys lost it. The chat lost it. Everybody made it seem like I said something that was just blasphemy. Like
that's a hypothetical team, bro.
It's for sure a hypothetical team. But if we put together the top players in the US, bro, they would give them a run for their money. And I was more so assuming that LeBron and KD wouldn't play because, well, they haven't played in the last, they didn't play in the last Olympics.
Yeah,
KD was there. Wasn't he?
Yeah, he
The
was.
Olympics?
Yeah.
Last Olympics.
Okay, I'm projecting that he's not going to play in these next ones.
Oh, okay.
I'm projecting this.
Well, I mean,
Like,
do you think they'll play?
they're gonna beat their ass if our best don't play. Like
Well, that's more so what I was saying though. Like, how does Team USA look without KD and LeBron not playing? Now all of a sudden, and we don't get Joel, so now we don't have an elite big man. So now now what does it look like?
What you think we're gonna
What do you
lose?
mean? We have Bam Adebayo. What do you mean, Ron?
You see,
We do
but I
have
mean,
Bam.
Bam's a good look though. But I'm just asking now. Now I'm asking, like, how do you guys feel about Team USA without KD playing? Because at that point, it's next year.
Oh, we're getting cooked. We're getting cooked up. We're getting cooked up, bro.
They're
Nah,
still
we're
the
getting
best
cooked
team.
up.
They're beatable though. They're beatable.
Very beatable. I think
course.
that's probably a worse team than what they had when Melo was over there a few years ago. I think 2016, I think it was.
The team with Harrison Barnes on it.
Yeah.
Dell,
Yeah,
this
that-
is perfect timing because we're about to get into the redeemed team doc.
But they still won that year with Melo in 2016, though.
Yeah, they did.
They still won, but I
Mitchell
think
was
this
on
team,
that team as well,
I think that team will be worse though.
Work, Morris.
and
Hmm?
JB and JT, both of them was on the team.
Man, you got Melo over here putting team on his back, winning Olympic rings, bro. But you got the audacity to say he's not fucking like that. Yo, shame on you, Mars. Shame
When did I
on
say
you.
Melo's not like
You
that?
said Draymond Green over
Yeah.
fucking
that doesn't
Carmelo
mean
Anthony.
that doesn't mean
This
he's
was
not like.
Dre-
Didn't Draymond Green play in that Olympic team too?
Yeah.
And who was the better player? Carmelo Anthony. Y'all already know the vibes, bro. Put respect on his name, man.
Okay, before we get into this redeem team doc, I have a start bench cut from you. This is from NBA on ESPN. Ja Morant, Damian Lillard, Trae Young. Start bench cut. Mars, I'm coming to you.
Jaws getting cut. But is this projecting for next season or based on
This is
what
just
we
a start bench cut, Mars.
Yeah, right now, Mars.
start trade bench Dame cut jaw?
Preseason start bench cut. Dub.
Dame, Trey, Ja.
Bobby.
Dollar playing 48 minutes.
So the other two are just gone.
Fire.
Euro,
Dame, Ja, Trey.
Ron.
Since I watched Trey play one half yesterday and scored 31 and 6, Trey's gonna play just one half, and then I'm just gonna bench him. So Dame can play the second half, but he's coming off the bench. So I'm gonna start Trey, bench Dame, and yeah, sorry, Ja.
Dill.
Shit.
Dame, Ja and Trey so up in the air for me. So, but Dame's starting for sure. Shucks. I'm gonna go Ja today. Ja, Trey.
Fire. Dill, you watched the Redeem Team doc last night, yeah?
Definitely did.
What'd you think?
I think it was cool. It was they try to create moments and significant moments for Kobe, which was dope. Like, the 5:30 in the morning.
That was my favorite part.
They had to use the pad. My favorite part is after that when Melo was like, "F that, I ain't waking him at 4:30. I was asleep. I catch y'all later." I like how real he kept it.
Yeah,
because Melo is a hard worker, but I like that real he kept it. It was not many parts like I didn't like. I wish they had more of the how people really felt about Larry Brown.
Because they kind of got into it a little bit.
They didn't get into it. They just said his name. Yeah,
they were walking on eggshells.
Exactly.
Sure. Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So
other than that, to me, it was cool. It was cool. It also made. I didn't understand. I think I told you this. I didn't get how when y'all said if Braun would have got drafted by the Spurs, I don't get how y'all still believe to this day he would have won straight. It's weird,
God, bro.
I still didn't get it. By watching that, it makes me feel more even better with my point because Braun was coming off a Rookie of the Year, and no matter NBA Olympic is actually different. Of course, it's different, but LeBron still wasn't. He wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? If he wasn't himself at all, and that's him coming off a Rookie of the Year with the team that let him do everything he wanted to do. So the fact that people didn't believe that people to believe Pop would have gave LeBron the whole keys as a rookie, I don't understand that.
I wasn't arguing that was the case. I'm saying LeBron as your fourth best player at that moment in time. I'm thinking of the Spurs and their top three, and then you add LeBron as their fourth best player. I mean, bro, LeBron is your fourth option in any scenario is ridiculous.
That's more. But you still not getting my point in you saying that. Because you're still envisioning
because he's in that system.
No, you're still envisioning Braun now. That's why you're saying
no. I'm not.
He's not. Dale.
Dale, I even said you can put high school LeBron, St. Vincent, St. Mary's Braun on that Spurs team, and he makes them a better team.
I'm not listening to y'all live right now.
Nobody's lying, Dale. You're not understanding the context of what he's speaking in. All he's saying is, will LeBron be the same LeBron? No. Nobody's even saying that. But you're going with this notion that, what's his name? Greg Pop is probably going to treat him like a Kawhi Leonard, where that's not the case. He's going to give him time. He's going to give him PT. Mm-hmm. He's going to give him the ball.
Of course he's going to play. I agree he's going to play.
He's going to play. And that and the impact of LeBron, rookie, second year, third year, fourth year, the impact of LeBron, it's like that will make the team that much better. They went to a game 6 with the Los Angeles Lakers that year. But so you don't think that a rookie LeBron could change that? Maybe game 7 or win?
What you guys are negating is even rookie LeBron got the keys. You see what I'm saying? So let's play fourth. What position would fourth option LeBron James play? When have y'all seen LeBron's not the dominant figure on the offense?
But Dale, nobody knows that. But that's why this is a hypothetical because we don't know. We're not sure how that will look.
We know Pop's system. That's what we're talking about. It's not like we're talking about anywhere else on a championship team. We're talking about Pop with a structured system of basketball.
Yes, and I think LeBron James is a player who's capable of excelling in that, and Greg Pop can't find a role for him to excel in.
Well, okay, that's what I'm asking. What role would it be for LeBron James? That's what I'm asking.
Well,
through Pop as a rookie? Like, what role would Pop put him through?
I'm not
Hypothetically,
I'm not sure, but hypothetically, maybe be more of a secondary ball handler to Tony Parker, playing good defense as well. Because LeBron James, he always had a lot of times with LeBron James his effort. So he's also a good defender as well. Not like a Bruce Bowen, but he plays good help side. He could be a good rim protector. He could use the ball in his
Rookie
hands
LeBron
and everything like
James.
that.
Passing lanes,
That's
passing
all.
lanes,
It's what
Rookie LeBron
everything
James
you
wasn't
saying.
a good
LeBron
defender.
learned. He learned, bro. He learned these things.
He could
That's-
learn that on the San Antonio Spurs system. We're not going to do that.
As a rookie.
You don't think that he'll be a good defender in that San Antonio Spurs system?
I think he's possible.
Because he'll
solid.
be good. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be locked down, but good, like a
Yeah,
7.
I think he'll be solid.
Yes,
have this
that's what I'm
conversation
talking about.
Okay,
And that can overall impact the game for them to get over the top to beat the Los Angeles Lakers. And
So
I don't think
a
that would be that's
solid
crazy.
solid defense and secondary ball handling would be enough to get them from the second round to a championship.
So
They faced the Lakers that year,
In
right?
in the second round, they lost.
Mhm. And then the
And
Lakers
then
lost to the
Timberwolves- they
Detroit
beat the
Pistons,
Tim-
right?
Yeah, the Lakers lost to the Pistons, so they would have to beat the Lakers, beat the Timberwolves, beat the Pistons. And you think average defense and secondary ball handling is getting them through all of that?
It's more than that though, Mars. It's more than that. It's
I'm
a
just going
lot
based off
more
what
than
Dub said. I'm just going based
All
off what
the-
Dub
And
said.
And
Didn't
That's
that
what-
Lakers series come down to the wire?
It was game 6.
Yeah, I mean,
They beat the Lakers. I think with the Lakers, they're getting a better player. It makes them a better team. I don't see why it's crazy to say that they could
It's all
go to the
because
finals
it's
at
not
least.
crazy,
It's,
Dub. It's not.
it's domino effects and everything. That's all I'm saying. So with that LeBron even minimal, it changes the landscape of is Manu still there? Tony, Tim Duncan, it changed the landscape of all of that. That's all I'm saying. JD,
And
you
we
got it.
agree.
Yeah, I want to get back to Redeem Team because
Yeah.
I forgot that they were calling LeBron LeBrons, and that is hilarious. Euro, thoughts on the Redeem Team, Doc?
I thought it was cool, man. I tweeted this yesterday, right as I was watching it. Every time that I see footage of Kobe that I haven't seen before, it like hits me all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like I guess I still haven't really processed that he's gone now, but like all of it was just dope to see, new Kobe material. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I like that. I thought it was a dirty trick to put him and Gigi in there. Like, it was dope to see, but it's like, just like that emotional manipulation
Yeah.
or whatever. I was like, oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know
When
what
I
mean?
saw that, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, and they kept showing her, and so I was like, that's crazy. But man, it was a dope doc. I try not to compare, but I don't think it can touch the Dream Team doc. But then again, how could it? It's the Dream Team and the Redeem Team. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
one comes after the other type of shit. So
I definitely learned a lot, or it's probably stuff that back in the day, like I kind of knew, but it just kind of got lost as time went on. But one of the things I didn't really realize or recognize was that the Dream Team kind of put international basketball on notice of like, oh, we want to be like these guys. And so internationally, basketball just starts booming and growing, and more people are like, I want to get into basketball because I just watched these guys ball out. I got to watch Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, these superstars of the superstars, right? And then it just increased over the years. That was kind of the catalyst to kind of push basketball internationally and make it even more competitive, which I did not know that was kind of one of the leading factors, because we always talk about how Michael Jordan globalized the sport, right? And that's just kind of looking at just from the NBA how much his reach was. And then you put that into the Olympics, where they're actually playing internationally against people from their respective countries, and now everyone gets to see it if you didn't see it in the NBA. And so now it just blows the sport up.
Internationally speaking, the 92 Olympics, the Dream Team is the biggest basketball event ever, because basketball was not popular. It wasn't even known like that. And to have that happen the way that it did, I'm talking like, this is during a time when the Olympics were a lot more prestigious than what they have been in recent years. So if you're born like in the late 90s, you know what I'm saying, early 2000s or whatever, right? You're in your 20s now and you're looking at the Olympics, it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's still a dope competition, I think, but man, we talking about like the heyday, like everybody, nations together watching this shit. You know what I mean? Like it was just a different type of event, I feel like. And man, if you were born in the 80s, early 90s or whatever, and you got to, you know what I mean? And you got to feel the impact of the Dream Team and how that, like, you know, this is coming from somebody who was born and raised overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit changed. That shit changed. You know what I mean? Like basketball wouldn't be part of my life if it wasn't for the Dream Team. No question.
That's crazy. The craziest, I would say the craziest part in there that I had no idea about was the USA versus USSR and the Doug Collins. The
Oh,
team
dog. You know what's crazy about that? That's what happened in '72 in Munich, and that court that they played on, one of the teams that I played for, that was my home court.
That's crazy.
That's
so was
crazy,
it weird
right?
seeing that court in the dock? You're like, whoa.
I mean, it's not the same court, of course. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same gym, but you know what I mean? But it's
Right.
like, yeah, they have like a little, like in one of the concourses, you know what I mean? They have like a little memory kind of thing or whatever, but it's still like the gym is connected to the Olympic Committee or whatever. And so they can't like, oh yeah, we cheated Team USA or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, they can't make a thing of it, but it's, you know what I mean?
Bro, that was nasty.
Hey,
Nasty.
Euro. Hey, how long did you live in Munich?
I played there 2 years.
Did you play
two
for Bayern?
different seasons. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. Had some good times in Munich, by the way.
Munich is crazy.
Amazing times in Munich.
Munich is fun for sure.
Dale, did you notice how little they showed Tayshaun Prince?
I actually got mad that Carlos Boozer got a chance to interview.
Why?
Like, come on, I don't know. Like, you can pick someone else. Like, pick D. Will or someone, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's.
I actually thought he gave a good interview, though.
No,
Like,
none of his interviews was bad. I was just like, all right, Booze.
That's what I was saying too, though. Like, why he was the only one available? Like, he was the only one that wanted to do this.
You got Wade, Melo, Braun,
of course,
as the players, and CP.
Bosh a little bit.
Bosh was okay. Bosh was kind of okay. But then you could have got. Well, they had Dwight. I think they didn't have. They had Kid once or twice. Kid was there once or twice
in the Lakers uniform.
In the Lakers uniform, just like Dwight. Just like Dwight.
Yeah.
Dwight had the Kobe joint on, and no D Will. I'm like, I like D Will in that spot.
Yeah.
Like,
considering at the time too, like
I didn't know Tayshaun Prince and Michael. I forgot Tayshaun Prince and Michael Red was on that team.
I did too.
Maybe
apparently,
maybe they didn't have D Will in there because he's no longer affiliated with the NBA.
How is Boozer affiliated?
That's a good point.
Yeah. So,
I thought you were about to hit us with like he did some crazy stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
me too.
We're trying to separate themselves, distance.
Yeah, me too. So, and then I at first I thought, because I remember when the team was out, they was comparing this team to the Dream Team, but they were comparing 2012 team to the Dream Team, which team would be better. Remember, they was comparing the team player to player, which team would be better. I thought it was this team, but it was the 2012 team, which was wicked.
Right. 2012 was way different. That was the China team. No, was it?
No, China. This was Beijing.
2012
was 2012 was London. Yeah,
hey, I've really fucked with the 2012.
Yeah, so
team,
that's
I'm not gonna lie. That team was cold.
That's Russ, James, Kevin Love.
Oh my God.
KD, Kyrie.
Bron.
No, Kyrie wasn't there.
Kyrie came in 14, and I love that team too. Remember, it was
Kyrie
Kyrie
was World
and Steph.
Cup.
Yeah, it was Kyrie and Steph, and they were both.
Yeah, so it was Melo, Braun, Wade,
Tyson
Kobe,
Chandler,
and Anthony Davis was there. Christian Laettner.
He was.
Anthony Davis was there.
Yeah,
crazy. To think that.
Yep.
Andre Iguodala and Darren Williams
in 2012.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know D will double back. Yeah, that team was over. That team was wild.
Was 2012
Dwight too or no?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, they had Dwight.
I don't think so.
No,
maybe because it's
Not
back.
sure. Was 2012 better than 2014?
Yes, by far.
Think so.
By far.
What's the starting lineup again in 12? It's Chris Paul.
I agree, man. I think 2012 is probably the team that can
that could
Play
have
with
a
the dream
conversation with a dream team, but I still
Yeah.
got
I think that team beats their ass. I'm not even going with you.
2012 wins because it was in London.
Or 08.
Yeah, no, 08, I think 14 could challenge 08. No.
Nah,
No,
14 was dope though. I'm not going personally.
Because
14 was
Kobe,
one of my
Braun,
favorites.
and Wade playing like that. I forgot. 14 was Steph, Kyrie, and they had Manimal
Talking about
on that
FIBA?
team, right?
Yeah.
They had Manimal. Oh, no, that
Marcus
team.
Cousins,
Yeah,
Steph
that team
Curry,
not messing
AD,
with 08.
DeMar DeRozan, Andre Drummond, Kenneth
no.
Lee,
that team
Rudy
not messing
Gay,
with
like
08.
Mason Plumlee.
That's
Yeah.
when DeMar DeRozan
But-
almost put a 360 dunk on
Yeah,
somebody else. That's crazy.
That was fun though. That team was
No,
OD
that team
fun to
was
watch.
crazy.
It's
Kyrie
still a
and
sick
Steph
team.
were cooking the
Yeah.
whole summer.
James was there too, I think.
Yeah, he was. James was definitely there.
James Harden was there, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good team.
What was the year where Kyrie had? I thought it was 2012. What was the year where Kyrie like just broke everybody's ankles? What year was that?
14.
That was Kyrie practicing for 2012.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
2011 or 2012 practice versus 2012. He was on the select team.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
That's where I got confused.
Yep, he was on the select team.
That's when he was challenging Kobe one-on-one.
Yep, on
Yeah.
the
Kobe
select
was
team,
looking
man.
like Kyrie.
We
Stop
don't want
it.
this.
Dude, I didn't realize how little Kobe cared for human interaction. Like he did not.
I knew
care-
that. Yeah, I knew.
I
that
did
too.
not know the
Yeah.
severity of it.
Yeah. Nah, he was never.
Like he could have really played on that Olympic team and been content with not saying a word to
To
anybody.
anyone. Yes.
Honestly, that's my favorite part about Kobe. Just seeing the progression and like, you know, his last year, that farewell tour, and how he's like embracing everybody. And then at the end, you know, once he like retired and he kept like popping up, you know, watching games and like he's just like friendly with everybody. I think that's my favorite part about Kobe. It's
Yeah.
kind of like Tiger too. You remember, like Tiger, he wasn't really speaking with nobody or whatever, and then all
But
the
that
craziness
shows,
happened. Huh?
Like he said, when he was in that mode, it was like I had to be in this way to be who I am.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
now, well, I left all that aside when I left basketball. Now, what's you know what I'm saying? Now I can open up
Now I'm
myself a
chilling.
little bit. Yeah,
So-
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
I know the doc. Obviously, it's only an hour and a half or something long. So obviously, there's
133.
so much time in there and stories that you don't hear and you don't know all the interactions. But how much of a part do you think LeBron played in just kind of like getting Kobe to get there? Right?
Well, what do you mean to get on the team?
No. To get to being like more like, okay, I'm gonna share some laughs and like just be more
Well, and
kind of
on
bought
the
into.
team, that was Braun. He was not the nagger, but he was the funny guy, like they said, and he was the one causing the communication, creating, and all that stuff. So
He's the vocal leader. And
he was being the vocal one. But outside of that, Kobe was the same way after that.
You know what? I think
After he left, Kobe, honestly, he got real close to Wade, CP, and Melo. Like outside of that landscape, him and Braun at the end of his career, when Braun then became a Laker, that's when him and Kobe relationship started becoming better. But as they were still competing, like up until Kobe retired, he probably still felt he was better than Braun.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't think there's a world where Kobe doesn't think that he's the
Right.
best. Yeah.
I don't blame him.
I don't either. Bro, he's just
Jay,
he's
were
just
you
so
asking?
different.
Were you asking? Like how much do you give credit for Kobe Bryant? More, I don't know, fun or more communicating with
just
the guys?
like loosening up and like being sociable and
here's the thing, man. The way that they showed it in the documentary, how I took it was we have two alphas, right? And so that's why they had him sit, like, you know, do that interview with both of them sitting side by side, right? And they were saying, okay, you have the two alphas. Kobe is, you know, the silent leader, you know what I mean, leading by example, leading by action. But LeBron is the one that talks or whatever. So I felt like Kobe, the alpha that he is, he wanted to. It's a competitive thing. He's like, yo, he's the young buck. He's not about to outdo me as being the top dog in this. You know what I mean? So if I have to now open up in order to, you know, get an edge, you know, that's what it has to be. And so I don't know, man. That's how I look at it. But you know what I didn't like, though? I didn't like that they tried to gas scenarios that are like regular, like the Pau Gasol situation, right?
running through the screen.
Bro, that's so regular, man.
Right. It's like,
Like, that's what you do.
if you compete at the highest level, like
How is that regular?
That's what
How
you
is
do.
that regular?
That is
What?
exactly what you do, Dell.
I'm not sure.
That's exactly what you do, man.
What you said, Euro?
I say I don't like how they gassed that Pau Gasol situation with the screen. You know, they use it as a trailer and stuff like that.
I
I'm just
hated that. I wrote
dog,
that.
that shit is so fake, bro.
Wait, did I write that in? Oh, I think I wrote it in my other group chat. I'm like, I hate that they're trying to create this Kobe moment of like.
You sent it when the clip came out.
Did I send it
several weeks ago? You sent that in ours too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hated that. Like, as a seriousness of.
It's not a real moment. It's not a real thing. This is what you do. And for like LeBron to be like, "Oh shit, you doing that?" Like, motherfucker.
That's not. I hated that. There was like, y'all know Kobe was serious. That didn't make y'all realize Kobe was who Kobe was.
Right.
Like when there's like, oh, he run through the crease. Like, damn, you gonna do that to your teammate? Like, come on, man, stop. Like,
what do you mean? Like, I don't get it. I don't get what you guys.
Honestly, when they watch the Last Dance,
dog.
When they watch the Last Dance and people talk about Mike, everything from watching the Last Dance made it seem like genuine and official. Just with the Kobe and the screen stuff, it just seemed staged. It just seemed like it just seemed extra. That point, just that right there. And I was like, I hated seeing that. Like, now we here. We ran through Pau Gasol. Like, come on, man. Like, stop.
Yeah, that didn't like give him a lift or anything.
It didn't move me at all.
And I remember the final two, or I don't know if it was the final, but they had to play them again, and so I remember it was a close game, and so I was
it was the final.
In the first game. Like, why are they like hyping it up that way? Like, you know what I'm saying? It did nothing to Spain. You know what I'm saying? Like, it did nothing. So I was just like, whatever.
I don't get what you guys are really talking about. I think that just further proves the point of Kobe being who Kobe is. That little instance is him setting the mood. It's not gassing up. It's just more further representing who Kobe Bryant was. I don't.
No, the gassing up part comes in when you see Chris Bosh. You see all those guys
you see the players' reaction. That's the
their
part.
reaction. It was
like Kobe's doing that.
Like they were surprised that he did that.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, bro, this is Kobe. Like you just said, we know he does this. You know this is exactly what was going to happen. They weren't like, bro, are you really doing that? You shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean?
Pau Gasol wasn't shocked that it happened.
Exactly.
Like, teammates?
I know what's going on.
Okay.
Like we're going to try to take this dude's head off if you come in the paint. Like, you know what I mean? Like this, whatever. I thought that was fake.
All right.
From the players.
Yeah. They created that. But the thing is, like, the players didn't even make it. They weren't even convincing in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was some producer that said, "Yo, we need this, and we're gonna make this the trailer." Like you know what I mean? Like somebody that works in media said, "This is the storyline."
Yeah,
and
said, "Yo, y'all gotta
act it out." And these are not fucking actors; they're fucking players.
It worked.
You know what I'm saying?
On dub.
No, it didn't work. I didn't understand. I see your point with that. The players were over exaggerating.
I can't wait to watch it.
No, that's not it. That wasn't it at all. I see y'all point with the players exaggerating. I was just more like, I thought you guys were just more mad at that moment and it being broadcast.
The moment was cool. Okay. Like the moment is dope, but it's what you expect from someone like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree. Yeah, I agree with y'all.
Okay, super chats. Eric Dupree, John not top 10. Trey Harden, Kawhi, PG Butler have better cases.
Cool.
Okay, Hail Rain. All GOATs have Hall of Fame coach. LeBron didn't, so imagine with Pop. That fact, not accepting LeBron wouldn't be great with Spurs is disgusting.
Oh, my God.
What does Hall of Fame coach mean? Because last time I was aware, Eric Spoelstra
is a Hall of Fame coach, and he's voted the best coach in the NBA till this day. And he's a Hall of
Fame coach.
And he's a top 15 coach.
Tyronn Lue's on his way up if he keeps performing like this.
Which is what I don't.
You just wait. You just wait.
Wait for what?
The Clippers to win a title.
Yes,
the Clippers to win a title.
Even though I picked the Bucks, but
what if they don't win, Ron? What if they don't win? What you gonna say then?
He gonna say wait till next year.
Yeah. What if Kawhi gets hurt again? What you gonna say?
What are you gonna do when KD gets packed up in the first round?
I don't need.
That ain't happening.
Hold on. I don't need Kawhi, PG, Braun, AD, KD, Kyrie. I don't need none of them to get hurt this year. I don't.
Fact.
Like, I don't.
That's a fact.
I'm right there. Dame Lillard. I don't need that, bro. Like y'all got to hoop, bro.
Zion too.
Zion, yeah. All y'all gotta be on there. Y'all gotta hoop, bro. We need to see
Really,
that.
really
We
healthy
ain't see
year. Really.
we ain't see KD versus Braun or KD versus Kawhi, KD versus Braun since 18. We ain't see that since 18. Like we not doing that. Like we don't need that. They got to hoop. They got to hoop.
Eric Dupree said if Billups says Melo would be a different player on Detroit, why is it only different for LeBron?
We're not Chauncey Billups.
Wait, no, but it's not different for Braun. We said Braun. I said Braun would be different on the Spurs.
I think we all agreed he'll be different on the Spurs. I think, yeah, we all agreed he'll be different. We just
You're different in saying that he'll be completely minimized, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what you're saying?
He's not gonna be what y'all see. Braun on the Spurs will not be looked at as top 2, top 3 ever right now. If he stayed the same 20 years or whatever, if his whole career was with the Spurs, he would not be viewed as top 3 ever in the NBA.
If his whole career was with the Cavs, we may not think that either, though.
Right. Okay. Right. But I'm saying in the Spurs system, whole year with the Cavs, whole year with the Spurs in the Spurs system, I think he'll have more rings, of course. But the single of his game wouldn't probably progress the same because I think it started different.
Well, I mean, we got to understand this. You said he'll have more rings. He has 4 right now. So that'll definitely propel him to a top 5, top 3 range because we all know how people view and rank when it comes to rings. So to say that he won't even be top 5 or top 2, I don't know.
No, you said if he had 4,
because I agree with you on the game. I agree with you on his game, though. I agree with you on the game.
You see how you view rings that way and what I'm saying. But the game, like how he'll be probably could be viewed as in a way like a Scottie Pippen.
Hold on.
You don't think he'd surpass
Scottie?
You don't think he'd surpass Duncan and become like?
Well, he surpassed Dunk at the end, but up until 2014, Duncan was leading that team to the chip.
If you say that in the
and if Kawhi goes to the Spurs too, and LeBron and Kawhi,
that's just going extra.
Just say it, bro.
Listen, if you're saying LeBron would be lesser, if he had gone to the Spurs, right, and been under that pop rule and stuff like that, he'd be a different player, and he wouldn't be as highly ranked in the GOAT conversation, right?
Only because his game wouldn't flourish.
Yeah,
right.
So now I'm asking, who else would that be true for? As
from the
Spurs players? Do you think the same for?
Yeah, I think the same for Kobe. If Kobe stayed with Charlotte, right, Kobe game, he'll still be one of the better players. Like one of the best players, but we won't be viewing Kobe like I do as top 2 ever if he was on the Charlotte Bobcats. But and Kobe mentality, I'm working, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna whatever the case may be. But the fact of him coming to the Lakers, knowing how extra he had to work to get on the court, he's proven himself, all that. Literally, Braun really got the ball right away. Hey, boom, I can go mess up, go do this, go do that. Pop is not giving him the ball. He's giving him opportunities to mess up, but the leash is shorter. The leash is just shorter.
I think
Kobe's leash was shorter with the Lakers, and now you're saying that he's in your top 2, right?
Right, but
if the leash would be shorter for LeBron with the Spurs, that means
but I don't think they have the same mentality. Like, and I believe in. So I don't think Kobe and Braun has the same like. I'm gonna go in the gym. I'm gonna work to prove. I don't think it's the same.
I don't think that's nasty. I think, Del, I actually agree with you. I don't think they have the same mentality at all.
I don't think only because it's just Braun. This is it. I think Braun has always been more spoiled than Kobe Bryant.
Okay, I get you. I get you with that. I get you with that.
So let's say if Braun was drafted 13 by the Lakers in '96, right? Right. I don't think how Kobe. I shot air balls. I did this. I'm playing with Shaq and whatever. Of course, Braun's want to come back and double back and become better and do all of this. But I just think Kobe's like, I'm more determined to do that than LeBron is more determined to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But when you say spoiled, man, I could very easily make the argument and say that Kobe was spoiled or LeBron would be spoiled had he gone to the Spurs because of look who he got as teammates. Look at the championship pedigree.
You think Kobe was spoiled his rookie year?
No, what I'm saying is like with Shaq, you know what I mean? The franchise, they're about winning all that type of stuff.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when LeBron got drafted to the Cavs, he got yo, you have more room to mess up, do what you want, have 8 turnovers here. We talk to you, et cetera, et cetera.
I know
Like
what
that.
you mean by
Like,
that.
And
I know what you mean by that.
and with room like that is room to grow. You know what I'm saying? It's like you mess up and you're learning, and then nobody's paying the coach anymore because like people sending super chats. He don't got no Hall of Fame coach to.
The reason why I'm pushing back, because to me there's more ways than one to grow.
Oh,
You know
exactly.
What I mean?
I
path
agree.
was
I agree.
Kobe's
Was-
path, LeBron's
right.
path was LeBron's path or whatever. But
Right.
I don't see how LeBron. Number one, it's all hypothetical, right? We don't know if like LeBron
At
had
all.
gone to even the Lakers. You know,
But
if he would have been in
only
Kobe's situation, that
thing I know
LeBron wouldn't
is-
have been exactly who he was or who he is right now. Maybe
Only-
even better. We don't know that.
Only thing I do know is what we've seen exactly. For LeBron to be successful, everything has to be suitable to LeBron James' game. And that's honestly every great player or whatever the case may be. So with LeBron, with someone like Pop and all that stuff, if you were to say LeBron going to another team, I could agree with you better. But he's going to a system run by the coach.
But all right, Dell, this is
You
what
see
you're
what I'm saying?
doing.
He's
You're
going
doing. I see what you're doing. I
It's
see
all-
what you're saying, but you're doing exactly what you were accusing us of doing. You're sitting here saying that, all right, LeBron James, whatever it's worked out with LeBron James.
Only because he's going to the Spurs. That's
yes,
why.
no, hold on, let me finish. So you're saying that we've never seen LeBron James in a system where it wasn't catered around him. I
Okay.
agree and understand you 100%. Does his game change with Greg Pop? Yes, 100%. I agree with you on that completely. The point in which I think we're all making is that even though with those changes, even those with him adjusting to the Spurs system, and even though he's not going to have the same type of gameplay and style of play, I think that he'll win more rings with the San Antonio Spurs. I still think he'll be a top 5 player in the NBA when he reaches his prime. Despite the change of play style with a Greg Pop, he's still going to have a sustain a level of greatness and still be a great
In
player.
what capacity?
I think he'll be a top 5 player, especially when he reaches his prime for an extended period of time, especially due to the longevity that he has. And I think that playing with Greg Pop,
you can't count on the longevity. We don't know this as of yet. You know what I'm saying?
What?
You can't count.
Look at what he's doing now. Look at what he's doing now. And when you're playing with
You're
Greg
not
Pop
getting
and
what I'm
load
saying. You're not
management.
getting what I'm saying. You're not getting what I'm saying.
What are you saying now?
You point to Greg Pop and load manage, right? And in
Mm-hmm.
Greg Pop and load manage, that's why Kawhi left. That's why all these stuff. This is why I'm saying you cannot count the longevity. Like the longevity of LeBron James is based on LeBron James and no system. So you can't say it's because of Greg Pop that longevity might go longer.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying LeBron James is 18 years going on strong of being this
20.
crazy premier player. I'm
20,
expecting him to
20
have
years.
18 years, 20 years. I'm just saying, all right, he's gonna have 20 great years on the San Antonio Spurs with Greg Pop. That's all I'm saying. I'm basing it off of what he's doing now. That's all I'm saying. And with all of that, you said yourself he's going to win more rings. I think he'll be a top 5 player no matter what, especially when he reaches his prime. If he wins
A
more
top 5
rings,
player ever or an NBA?
and no, in the NBA.
Oh,
So
I
I
agree.
think
I agree that. I
so
agree. Yes, I
along
agree.
with that,
I
he's a
agree.
top 5 player in the NBA. He's winning more rings. He's playing great with Greg Pop. I don't understand how he's not a top 5 NBA player in NBA history.
Yo,
Or not
and
top 3 or
Doug,
top
I'm
2.
at you right now.
Now that I think about
I'm
it,
at you right now.
Duncan and Bron would be OD.
Is
OD.
Tim? Hold on. Is Tim Duncan top 5 ever?
A lot of people have him there. A lot of people do. Low, I think he has him there. A lot of people say
Low?
that Tim Duncan, yeah.
Anybody on this panel? I never heard Tim Duncan is anyone up here at top 5.
Isn't he close?
He's
I
not in
don't
that top 5.
He's in yours, Mars?
I think he's like 7 for me or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
he's
I
at
haven't
8, 9.
I haven't heard. So that's a good point you make, right? So with me saying the minimize, all I'm saying, I don't think Bron could still be top 10 ever. That's not a knock in the Spurs system. I don't think we're viewing Bron as a top 5 player all time in the Spurs era. I don't think so.
The reason why I do think so is because, like how I said, they have a potential to win a championship every single year he's on that team. From 2003 all the way to 2010.
But hold on.
Let's say he only stays during the
since
Cavs duration.
2000. When was Bron MVP? Since Bron went to the finals in 2007, every year he's been in the NBA, other than his first year with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Possibly people are looking at the team LeBron James on as a title contender. So that's
Exactly
the same thing.
my point.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying though. In the Spurs world.
So don't say he has a
championship-
chance to win more because, of course, Duncan was always a title contender.
Yeah, he has a chance to win more, but he's playing with another top 5 player and one of the greatest coaches. I know you're saying
Another
the
top
system
5
is
player or
Potentially top 5 player. Bobby just said he has
Right,
a top
but
5.
I'm saying he lost also. He also lost in his own. I get what y'all said, but he also lost with Wade and Bosh.
With Tim Duncan though.
He also lost with Wade and Bosh.
For sure, absolutely.
So I get
in
everything
the first year.
On that first
in the
team,
first year,
And
right?
he came back
and the last
double
year.
backed.
In the first year and the last year.
Yeah, okay.
he definitely wins a couple more rings though with Tim Duncan though. Like on that Spurs team, I think what Brown got 4.
Yeah.
He'll probably have 6.
No, you can't say even a couple more. He'll have 2.
Nah,
How you gonna skip the Miami rings? No. I'm just basing on what he said.
How many do Tim Duncan got?
5.
Okay, so why wouldn't Brown have those rings too? Except for 03. I mean, except for the those first ones when he wasn't in the league.
But 07 he played Braun. 14 he played Braun.
Okay, so if they would have been on the same team, they still would have had that then.
But y'all are not changing. So everybody plays the same with LeBron James did. That's what y'all saying to me.
No, we're saying it's going to change, but the end result will be the same. They will win. It will change 100%.
You guys are saying that. I'm saying I don't give a damn what the offense looks like. Braun can be the number 1 option. They're winning the ring. Braun can be the number 4 option. They're winning the ring. Braun can get Gatorade for niggas. They're winning the ring. Bro, they were already championship contenders, and you take a player. I don't care if it's rookie LeBron. I don't care if it's in his second year. Whatever perspective of LeBron you want to put in there, he makes the team.
Yo, Ron making LeBron the water boy on a team.
Yo, but look, this is what Ron,
like he's not going to be playing the same role.
But
so he's going to be a
to say that is just to be stupid to me, because you can't say any version of LeBron, because a version of LeBron that's coming off of MVP in 2010, 2011 lost with D Wade and Bosh. That team lost, bro.
Yeah, but I can see.
So now you're putting.
I can sit here and say that Tim Duncan. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to sit here and say it. I'm gonna say it definitively. Tim Duncan and Tony Parker is a better duo than Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
That's not, bro.
They are a better duo than those two. So LeBron playing with them would be better for him. Those would be better teammates.
Wait. This is kind of
why are you using my question though? Why are you using
Wade?
one?
I think Wade is supremely better than Tony Parker.
Tim Duncan?
He's supremely better than Tony Parker.
Okay, and
Tim
Duncan is supremely better than Chris Bosh.
Are there a more winning group? Yes, of course. But that's nasty. I'm not gonna get it, but it's gross. It's gross. I can't argue it, but it's gross. It's just a gross.
I just gotta understand why you keep bringing up. All right, cool. He folded in Dallas and everything like that.
I'm bringing up because Ron is saying every LeBron James in the Spurs, and you can't say that because a version of LeBron James winning the MVP with another Hall of Famer, a borderline Hall of Famer in Bosh, that team lost.
Okay, what's the worst version of LeBron? What's the worst version of LeBron that we've seen?
I don't know, but this man said Braun could be the water boy and they still win the chip. So that's what I'm talking about.
That's the worst version of LeBron.
The worst version of LeBron with Tim Duncan, though, like Braun and Tim Duncan, that's probably the coldest duo. Like, that's probably the coldest duo we've seen. Braun and Tim Duncan together.
I mean, it could be. It's not crazy to say.
I swear, y'all too.
The worst version of LeBron.
Come on.
But, all right, come on.
The worst version of LeBron isn't an all-time.
Okay. You guys are taking this worst version thing out of context. You're taking it out of context. You're not gonna see a worse version of LeBron. I don't believe that in any equation. So I'm just saying.
How does LeBron get worse?
Exactly. I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying rookie LeBron with Tim Duncan isn't an all-time duo.
But they grow to be. By third or fourth year,
it would become an all-time duo. My whole argument was they aren't winning in LeBron's rookie year. That was my. I think they win titles, but I don't.
I said I give you guys rookie year. Let's say they don't win rookie year. Okay, but second year it's on. Third year it's over, and from third year on to year 7, 8. They easily get 3-4 rings. Easily.
I can see them walking away with a solid 4 to 5. But you had said the first time you said 11,
7
10.
in a row.
You said 7. Like, come on, we're not doing that, bro. We're not doing that, bro.
They could do 6 or 7 though.
Hey, Braun taking that Bill Russell picture where you got all the rings like this.
I think Braun could win 7 rings on that Spurs system.
Is Braun and Duncan being KD
so that means Tim Duncan
and Steph Warriors?
Hell yeah, Braun and Tim Duncan.
He might.
But Bron and Tim Duncan is crazy, bro. That's nasty.
I don't
Because
even know if
24
LeBron and Tim Duncan beat the 08 Celtics. And
Let's go
that's-
down. Let's go
Alright,
down
no,
this list. Let's go down this list, right?
No,
We
no,
got
no.
2007.
I don't think they do.
We got
Yeah,
2007. They
They
won.
got Tony Parker and Manu, right? It's
They got
Tony.
2014 that they won without LeBron.
Because they beat Braun. They beat Braun.
Yeah. And then what was the other years? 2013, the Heatles won't be there, so I think the Spurs will win with LeBron. What other years?
They won 07.
The 1 and 7. So that's the 3 times where I know they're definitely gonna win.
They won in
2011
2005 against Detroit.
You're gonna count that?
I mean, it's up
Gotta
to you.
count.
LeBron was in the league, so I don't know if you.
All right, so
consider
2005, that's 4 rings right there. I think they win. I think they could win in 2011. I think they could win in. Let's see.
Who was the
think
Spurs?
08 Celtics?
Hold on. Who was the Spurs team 2011?
It was the same core guys.
The 3 and all that, right?
Owen there.
And is Kawhi going to be on the Spurs too? Because if Kawhi's on the Spurs too, let me tell
We
you
don't even
something,
have
bro.
to talk
Early
about that. We don't got to get into that.
Yo, if Kawhi's on the Spurs too, bro, I'm telling y'all, bro, LeBron's winning 7. Easy.
Look, if Braun on the Spurs,
It's
and
crazy
Kawhi
how y'all
gets in
changed the
and
team
Justin Denton
dynamic
was there.
for a single player so simple.
DeJuan Blair.
I'm just saying, bro. That shit would be nuts.
Pitt.
I just don't
He was
see
a
how
problem in college.
make Spurs work.
Yes.
Like,
He was.
I-
He was.
Bro, looking at old rosters is so fun. Just like to remember the guys who, yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. We gotta.
Did he go to Pitt?
Yeah, he went to Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I be trying to tell y'all. Without the Warriors, without Steph and Clay, Draymond would be DeJuan Blair. For real.
Yeah, Bobby. Senior Smith. If Vic becomes a bust, is it on him or the franchise he gets drafted to? Spurs Braun is even better.
I mean, it's on him. He's responsible for his play. I mean, franchise impacts that, but it's still up to you to play to a certain level. I'm not gonna, unless you get hurt. It's on you.
Unless we draft him, it's on him.
Oh yeah, if he goes to the Kings or somehow the Timberwolves, I'll give him the pass.
Or the Knicks. If you go to the Knicks or the Kings, then okay. But if
Hold on. If he goes to the Kings or the Timberwolves and he busts, like he's not a bust because of that.
No, he's
I
still
mean,
a bust.
T-Wolves tax is real. T-Wolves tax is real. I'm not. If you're a bust in Minnesota or the Kings, I don't look at you as much of a bust as if you're a bust in that.
You're still a bust. You're just a bust with the asterisk.
I agree.
Well, you guys gotta stop saying bust, bro. That's crazy. Hey, Bobby, what's your hottest take? Do you have like? I want to hear your hottest NBA take.
I don't know.
Nah, don't do
I know
that.
you got
This,
some.
hey, because y'all don't know, chat. Y'all don't know this man. That's a nasty fellow over there. The
You're
dude
pointing
with
at
the
no
tie-dye
one.
shirt over there. You're pointing at him right over
You're
there.
pointing at the chat.
Look, that's a nasty dude over there. I'm telling you.
No, I don't run on nasty takes. I don't think.
All right, just give me any NBA take that you have, and then we'll assess.
Can you get your feet in bounds for the love of fucking God?
Who y'all playing, Doug?
No, I'm watching this Steelers game, bro. I need Najee Harris to score, bro. That's the second time, bro.
Hey, did LeBron really say this? If my mama in the lane with the
Yes,
Clippers
he did.
jersey on, she's getting punched on.
Now, see what Bron got to realize is that Kawhi's back. So all that shit is done.
Well, there we go.
This
What
is
do
what
you
people
mean?
said. This is what people said in 2020 when Kawhi first went there, and
Mars, don't start that, bro.
that's
Kawhi
what
helped-
happened.
Right,
That was the
when-
whole narrative.
when
Everyone
Kawhi-
was saying the Battle of LA, and then the Clippers didn't hold up their end of the deal.
That's a fact, but they back now, and they got John Wall, so you know.
Yeah, you got 3 injury-riddled players. I can't believe
No
I
one's
can't
getting
imagine what's
injured
gonna
this year,
happen.
bro. Not a show.
I
Only
hope
time people are resting is when the coach want to rest.
How
you, bro.
sick would
Hey,
it
y'all
be?
got
if
y'all
we
got y'all got to get with Dale on this and get some positive energy. Like nobody
We need hoopers.
I mean, I'm actively rooting against the Clippers. I don't want them to win. I'm not rooting for them to get hurt, but I don't want
Yeah,
them to win.
when the Clippers see the Warriors in the
Clippers
playoffs,
losing to the Mavs in the second round. Luka's revenge. That's the name of this. Luka's revenge is the second round versus the Clippers.
Kawhi not worried
The
about
Lakers are losing to the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. Steph is winning the chip again.
The
How the
Lakers
Lakers
to the Western Conference Finals is
The Lakers getting to the conference finals is
All right. Remember, no injuries.
Actually, that's not crazy.
I can't say no injury.
No,
to the
not-
Lakers.
Oh, well, the Lakers can't go to the Western Conference Finals.
Do you guys think the East is better than the West this year?
Oh, so sorry. So that means the Clippers are probably losing to the Mavs in the first round to make my scenario
crazy,
for
bro.
a fourth, fifth seed. Yeah. Because then, okay,
Mavs
that's how I
for
got
sure
it.
beating the Clippers.
Clippers
Yeah.
are body slamming the Mavs.
Hey,
Okay.
please stop, man. the Mavs might not even make the playoffs. Fuck
Bro,
around.
you are so delusional.
For the Kings.
Somebody tried
That
telling
was
me.
like, that's
I do think the Mavs will be in the play-in, but not
Somebody
making the
tried
playoffs.
telling me the other night that the Mavs got significantly worse.
I think they got worse.
Wow.
I
Why
don't
did
know if they
get
got.
worse,
I
Mars?
don't.
Did I hear
I
this,
don't.
Mars?
Let me clarify.
I
don't
think they have
they
more
got
depth.
worse.
They
I
have
think
more
other
depth.
teams got better.
They have more
they're
depth
in the
this
first
season than
round.
last.
Let me ask you one
And
more.
Tim Hardaway's back.
I guess.
Well, we didn't know about injuries going into last. What we always know about injuries. Did you have the Mavs going to the Western Conference Finals?
I had them beating the Suns, so I guess so. Yeah.
Well, you didn't know where they were playing. No, I'm saying
No, when the
year.
playoffs start. No, beginning of the year. No.
Yeah, right. So you can't. No matter what Jason Kidd got, he get them dudes to play, bro. And Luka is like that.
I agree. I think they can still
So
make a
to
run
say
in the playoffs.
playing-
I think
playing
even
is
if they're in the
kinda
play,
crazy.
if they're in the play and
Look,
make it to the playoffs, I still think they can win series.
Because
I
you
just
got
think-
who you
I
got?
think
You
their
got the
regular season
Warriors.
will be
You got the Warriors, the Lakers, the
Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Pelicans.
After that, I think it's all in the air. After those
I
three,
think the
it's
Mavs
all
are
in the
better
air.
Yeah,
than
bro.
that's
Nuggets.
fine. But I'm
The Mavs
the
are
way
better
I'm.
than Nuggets.
I think the Mavs could be
I
better
don't think.
than the Nuggets too.
I think the Nuggets are going to have a great regular season. I think in terms of regular season, I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavs are like a 7 seed. I still think they'll make the playoffs, and I think they could win the first. I think they could win in the first.
Nah, not a 7 seed. I can't. Give them
Mavs are
7.
finishing over the Timberwolves. They're finishing over the Pelicans.
I
think the
Warriors.
Timberwolves are going to take the regular season very seriously, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're a high seed.
I think Warriors. I guess I'm high on the Lakers more than you guys are. I think the Lakers.
I'm as high. I'm right there with you.
I'm with you, Del. It's
I'm
just
high.
I have the same. The way I'm looking at the Lakers this season is the same way I'm looking at the Nets this season. Is there's too many question marks for me.
Well, we're gonna get some good answers.
I think the Lakers will
I
be a
agree.
top 6 seed. I think they'll be a top 6 seed.
I think the Mavs will be a top 6 seed too. You're sleeping on them crazy.
Wait. So what
I'm
did
not
you guys say
sleeping on them.
about
I just think
Draymond
regular season
and
teams will do
Poole?
well.
Oh, we didn't get there yet.
We said a lot.
Thank you for bringing that up because I wanted to ask you and Ron your guys' thoughts on it. We talked about it, but yeah, please,
Ron,
whoever
you got
wants
it
to start,
first.
go ahead.
Draymond's a character, like for real. I think it was a little kind of uncalled for. You know, he didn't have to do all of that. And bro, I don't know. We're just gonna have to see how this whole thing transpires. I don't really got too much to say on it. I think Draymond could have handled it a little differently, bro. You know, I don't think you just, you know, like Poole's really like his little brother. So it's like, bro, like I don't see anything wrong with them fighting, but bro, don't just steal on him. You know, if you want to fight him, be like, yo, come on, let's take it out to the back then, or square up with me. Let's give him a fair shot. Don't just take off on him. That was my only thing.
I first I didn't know why Draymond was so upset. Like it's a lot of stuff he's upset about. And Draymond, are you that of an insecure person? Like one thing with me, I could go back and forth. Like if you see the video, you see Poole talking, you see Draymond talking, and Draymond's he's antagonizing the whole situation. Like like, I want to fight you, I want to do this. If you're arguing with Steph like that, is you going in Steph's face? I don't think so. It's like, Draymond, you know how to choose your battle. You choose your battle, whatever the case may be. But why, like, people say, oh, well, Poole started it. Poole pushed him first. But you're supposed to let Poole just stand there. The man come all in your space, talking in your face. Like, yo, and the thing that shocked me with it, of course, teammates fights and all that. But teammates fight when both of the teammates knows that it's at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Poole is just thinking like, yo, bro, we arguing whatever, but just come on, bro. Like, come on, chill out, get out my face. Boom, then you get hit. Like, I think it was corny. I think I don't know. I just think it was the corniest thing. Like Draymond's done a lot of corny stuff, but that whole it don't show that you tough being up a 22-year-old, you're 33, 34. Like none of that. It didn't move me. Like you really, like I don't know. I loved your apology though. I loved everything you said in your apology. You're well spoken. You play the media very, very, very well. And I felt like
he said, "I'm sorry, I embarrassed your family."
And I felt like he meant, I like that angle though. Like, of course your mom's. You imagine my mom seeing that, bro. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, I gotta sneeze.
I'm with Dell on the apology too. I also commend him for doing it and not like he said, going on his podcast where he gets to just kind of control
the
everything.
whole narrative. Can't answer
talking in front of a group of people where they are able to ask questions and stuff. It's like, tip the hat.
I didn't even listen to that apology, and I don't want to listen to it. It's certain things where it's like, yeah, you're supposed to apologize after certain things, but it's like, bro, it still doesn't take away from you.
Bro, they got Ron, a good coach over there where I think they can move past it, but their relationship won't ever be the same.
Ron, yeah. I hate that angle because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't in that case. Because if he doesn't come out and apologize, he's getting flack for not apologizing. Comes out and apologizes, he's getting flack for apologizing. Mm-hmm. Like there's no win there. You're supposed to apologize.
No, he's supposed to.
Yeah, you're supposed to apologize, but not make an excuse though.
But JD, he's supposed to catch flack either way it goes. He should have kept his hands to himself. What do you?
Sure, I'm not defending. I'm not defending the action. I'm not defending the action. I defend that I think people should be allowed to make mistakes. If it's wrong, it's still wrong. I can still look at it and objectively say that was wrong to do. But I can also look at you and say, we can move past this. You made a mistake. You owned up to it. Let's move on.
Yeah, the whole like I was saying earlier though, the fake tough guy role, he took it too far. I got a little brother that's like 22, 23, you know what I'm saying? If that was my little brother, Draymond had to see me on the offseason at least. You know what I'm saying? Because he shouldn't have put his hands on him like that.
Yo, my question is though, how do we see this moving forward? I know Dale, you was just saying that you think that they can move past it. Do you guys think so, or do you think like Poole or Draymond might be out of there?
No, I think the team moved past it. I don't think Poole and Draymond they'll play on the team. They'll be professionals, but I don't know. That's tough, bro.
If somebody got to go, Dale, if somebody got to go, who is it?
Shit. Well, I think the Warriors could, at this stage of Draymond's career, Warriors could find. They could find it. Like, who could they find for Draymond?
Remember, who was that? That was Ticket that said they could find somebody
Paul Millsap.
Yeah, Paul Millsap.
No, he got more value than that.
They can probably try and grab Bam.
Nice. I don't even think there's a Paul Millsap type player in the league right now. Can you guys think of anyone?
Borderline all-star power forward.
I think they have a better chance of converting some of the guys that they already have into a Draymond role. Of course, it's not going to be the same, and that's because that's incredible shoes to fill in terms of just the impact on the offense. But I think that's a better shot than trying to go find somebody.
Yeah. Hey man, Jonathan Kuminga, you know, he might not provide the same impact as Draymond, but Jonathan Kuminga got game. And maybe not this year, but, you know, moving forward, next year I really see Kuminga turning the corner.
Kuminga and Wiseman combined, at least that's at least covering up for what Draymond does.
I no longer agree with that.
We got a super chat from Hollywood. LeBron lied after the fact. In 2008-9, he said Kobe Bryant is the best in the league on national television.
What's wrong with fucking people?
He's entitled to think that, like,
Jesus Christ. Why does everyone have to be a lie? Jesus Christ.
You can disagree
really
with
made you upset.
All these rankings, they're all subjective. Like, you can't say someone's lying for their opinion on who's better. Like, LeBron thinks Kobe's a better player, then he's allowed to think that. You can disagree, but it doesn't mean he's lying. Like, he might believe that. And I'm pretty sure he believe that.
Hold on. This is far different than your take on Giannis calling someone else better than him.
The reason why I have that issue with Giannis is because Giannis says everyone is better than him. He says changes the reasoning all the time. That's my issue with Giannis. If LeBron thinks Kobe was a better player than him, he's entitled to think that. Whether he believed it or not, I don't know.
Kobe
issue
was
I
a
have
better
with-
player than him, though.
That's fine. The issue I have with Giannis is that Giannis says LeBron's the best player in the world, longevity. KD's the best player in the world for whatever reason. Steph's the best player in the world because he won the title. He's changing who the best player in the world is every 2 weeks and just saying everyone besides him. That's my issue with Giannis. That's why I call it false humility. That's the difference.
Yeah, he's not allowed to politic.
No, he can do what he wants. Like, he's allowed to say what he wants. I see it as false humility, and that's why I see it as false humility. I think he's just trying to say anyone but him is the best player in the world, and he's just making up different reasons.
Is that a gimmick for him to not have a target on his back, or is that him just being, like I was saying, naturally just politically correct or whatever? What do you think it is? Is he just ducking that target?
I think it might just be a sense of motivation. I mean, I don't know Giannis, but I think if he feels like he has to do more to be the best, he feels like he has something to work for. If you feel like you're at the top of the mountain, you might become complacent and not feel the urge to push on and strive to get better. But if he feels like he's still chasing people and he has people to overcome, maybe that's what he's trying to do. But I don't know.
I don't think it's fake humility. I think what if he just thinks that all those guys are better than him? And then he just switches up on which one is the best.
That would be fine if the reasoning wasn't changing every 2 seconds. Like, I don't understand how, if you think LeBron's the best and the reason for it is because he's been doing it for so long, that's fine. And then if you think KD's also better than you, but your reasoning stays because KD's been doing it for so long, that's fine. Because then at least you're being consistent with why people are the best. But you saying KD's the best player in the world because I don't know why he said KD was the best player in the world. I don't know if it's because of the series or what his reasoning was.
It was for sure. It was for sure because of the series and what he did.
That's that. So if you think KD's the best because of a one-on-one,
yeah.
If you think KD's the best because of a one-on-one matchup he had against you, that's fine. Then keep that consistent.
But isn't that having recency? Like, it's like recency? That was the most recent thing that happened. He got asked a question. He was like, "Yeah, that's why he's the best player in the world." That's more of a recency bias take because he didn't put no thought into it. He's like, "Nah, I felt this way after this one game. Like, that's why he felt to me as he was the best player." Now a whole year has changed. Now it's like, you know what? I think did he even say LeBron was the best, or he just said LeBron was better than him?
He said LeBron's he said he wants to be like LeBron, still the best after like 20 years or whatever he said. It was something like that.
He's saying that he's trying to take it easy on his
Every time Giannis speaks, it makes me like he's from Greece and he don't know English.
Del, what if Kevin Durant got drafted by the Spurs?
Well, what would he be? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He got the ball right away too.
What year did KD get drafted?
2007. KD got the ball right away as well. His game I think will be the same. His game never been predicated on ball dominance. You know, see what I'm saying? So he's easier to fit a system than a LeBron James game. But that's what I'm saying. We're going off of LeBron James game being we've never seen it differently. So we're envisioning it to be different because he's with Pop. That's why the Spurs, if you guys would say Bron being drafted to the Knicks, and then I was like, oh damn, that shit would have been crazy. You see what I'm saying? He'll have the ball in his hand. His career could have been different, but we're putting him with a system player who lets guy proves himself because he have guys he trusts and guys he wants to fall back on. So if KD goes to, he'll have to work. I don't think KD starts that 2007. The year coming off of they winning the chip. I think he has to work. His career will be different as well. They
won it in 2007. They lost. Remember, the Heat won the year before. So that's what I'm saying.
The KD draft was 2007. So I don't think he starts his rookie year with Pop. I think he got to come in there and work. Like
I don't think he starts either.
Yeah, it's not the same. But his game being bet like we all agree, like his game in the system, like the Warriors system, that's the best somebody say he ever played. So his game in the system would probably flourish in a better way, but his career is definitely still not the same if he gets drafted or Pop.
KD fits nice in that Spurs system because you got to understand eventually, like the first couple
eventually
years,
he fits nice, right? But I don't think he ain't getting the keys.
Like he might not get the keys, but like you got to imagine KD with his shooting alongside those guys in those first couple years.
True. True.
That'd be ridiculous.
True.
Because I know one thing that KD gonna do. He gonna shoot the hell out the ball.
He gonna score,
And then
right?
exactly. And eventually, his role to get bigger. He'll probably eventually 2009 be the best scorer on the team, the number one option. But KD on those Spurs team,
2009 number one option with Duncan there. I don't know, bro.
Maybe. I mean, how much did KD average in 2009?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying.
No,
I
I know it's on the Spurs.
think
I know
he
it's on
led
the
the
Spurs.
league. I think he led the league in scoring.
So that's what I'm saying. At that point, he was one of the best scorers in the league already. So, I don't think it's ridiculous to say that he'll average, 19 20 on the Spurs.
Yeah, 07, 08, they had Mike Finley.
I think Mike was earlier than that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Mike was earlier than that.
I think Bruce was still there. I'm almost positive he was.
Can we
in 08?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I know Michael Finney left in 07. I think Bruce Bowen was still there.
Yo, when did Giannis say that LeBron was better than him?
I can't remember.
Like a week ago?
we spoke about it on the show.
Yeah, like a week ago.
That was my only issue because it keeps changing. It's not because Giannis thinks other people are better than him. It's because
what he said about Steph though, he was just saying because they won. I don't think he really believes Steph is better than him. He just saying whatever.
He wasn't calling himself the best when he won in 2021.
Right.
That's just my issue. It's not consistent. I don't like when people are inconsistent, and I see Giannis as being very inconsistent.
Hey, but to go back to the first point about Bron saying that Kobe was better than him in 08 and 09, that's absolutely not crazy to say. I think at that moment in time, everybody knew like Kobe's clearly the best basketball player in the world. Even NBA players.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was trying to debate that.
Can we rank the best centers in the NBA right now? Current
You got a list of who's the centers because
bro, it is so small. I'm looking at I don't even know how many centers we're gonna get to here.
Is Anthony Davis a center?
What do you consider a center?
Embiid, Ayton. That's
Anthony Davis would be considered a center in this.
Are Kat and Rudy both centers?
Yeah.
Rudy for sure. Rudy got to be top 5 just off the contract that he
They
gets.
both are because Kat is a center on most NBA teams today.
So about Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley, same thing?
Both centers.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could rank them as centers. I think the way you have to look at it is because those are kind of one-off situations, right? Where they just happen to be two centers. One of them's got to be the power forward. But on any NBA team, any other NBA team, those guys are centers.
I still think AD is a power forward. So,
what's the Montes Sabonis?
See, Anthony Davis, Dell, I would agree with you, but today, yeah, we could do forwards. Why don't we just do forwards?
We gonna get the forwards, but we got to do centers too.
Yeah, but they're forwards. It's like that we're really in a weird era where
I just call them all bigs. That's what I.
All right, so let's rank bigs then.
25.
Yeah, bigs. So small forwards wouldn't be in the forwards. Sorry,
and we all consider KD a wing, right?
Yeah.
So bigs. Who you would consider power forward center in today's NBA? All right.
Do we have a list so we don't forget about it? Anybody?
Bobby, are you familiar with the NBA?
Jay, don't do that.
I do that. I know way less than you. So if you want, I can actually pull up some stuff so that
somebody might forget about somebody like Valanciunas down in New Orleans. We don't want to forget anybody.
Or Domantas Sabonis.
Nobody's gonna forget Domantas Sabonis.
There's lots of names in that 6th place.
Nobody can figure.
How much are we ranking them? Like how many?
We'll just go until it starts getting like.
It's gonna get there quick. So
we
okay,
perfect. We can start with like 10 to 15, and then if we can keep going, we keep going.
So we stop when we get to Miles Turner.
Okay.
I don't know. Miles Turner makes it.
All right, I'm not ranking, so we're gonna go Mars Dub, Bobby Euro, Rondell.
All right, cool.
Number one.
I hate this shit.
Number
Mars,
one center, Mars.
Love your background.
Damn. See, now I can't push a Jokic agenda because I have to say Giannis number 1.
You love this shit right
here.
here.
Everything. Literally
That's
everything.
so tough because now Jokic is gonna fall behind Embiid, which is
That's
tragic.
Who that, Reggie?
In a Knicks jersey?
What?
Yes.
That's
Oh,
your
that's
room?
fire.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
background is amazing. Your
That's
will
on
say.
You
Bro,
thought that was
I got a whole bunch of crazy photoshops.
I'm surprised you don't have.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that earlier,
Hold
but
on,
we was
let me-
talking about
let me
Spurs.
put
Hell
you
yeah,
up here.
Kobe and
Is that
Nipsey
Kobe
right here.
and Nip?
I
That's
got
tough.
fucking MJ and Kobe celebrating the three-peat. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
shit.
don't. I'm at.
Hell yeah,
You
bro.
don't got Braun and Bashy on the slim. It looks like it should be there.
Yeah, I didn't get that, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't have that magazine, so
yeah, that's fire though.
yeah, yeah.
Big Daddy in there, big pun.
You know what I mean?
That's our
status.
era for sure.
You know what I mean? I had to put on, had to represent.
Yeah.
Heat. All right, Mars has Giannis #1 dub. Already writing it.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with Embiid. I want to
I
play
knew it.
Anthony Davis though.
Now the
I really
list is
do.
ruined, man.
He
That's
thought you were
tough.
supposed to
No, it's
pick
not.
Joker.
No, it's not. Good pick, Dub.
Terrible.
Bob.
Yeah, I got Jokic.
There you
All right,
go,
it's not
Mars.
bad.
It's not
It's
that
not
bad.
bad, Mars.
Not bad at all.
We got
One
it
and the
wrong at
same.
number 2. That's
one and the
so
same.
sad.
They one spot apart, bro. It's
It's
1A,
tragic.
1B. 1A, 1B.
Yeah, for you to sit here and say that there's so much of a gap between those two is
But
disgusting.
Jokic is clearly better than Joel, bro.
Thank you.
No, he's not.
You
guys
don't
are
care
drunk.
about floor
We're
raising.
not doing it.
Mars.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Who's
Okay.
next?
Euro.
Throw some names out.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Cat, Bam.
Anthony Davis is the
Anthony
answer.
Davis.
Anthony
Rudy
Davis.
Gobert.
I'm afraid it is.
Don't
What are we considering Bron? Is he a big?
No, we
Wing.
put him at like small forward. Yeah.
All right.
He's a point guard.
Pascal Siakam.
No.
Anthony
No,
Davis.
no. AD.
Victor Wembanyama. Go ahead and put him on there.
Victor, what your mama? I like that name a lot.
It's on you.
Ron.
Think, man.
You got Nurkic,
Oh, yeah.
Jordan, Jared Allen.
I know where I'm going.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say Cat.
Catnip.
Dell.
DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, for sure.
Mars.
What?
Rudy.
Why you say
DeAndre-
what?
DeAndre's better than Rudy and Bam. That's ridiculous.
That was just cold.
DeAndre's like that.
Yeah, I believe that too. I think
I
y'all should
like
really
the-
sleep on DeAndre.
I like DeAndre. I'm not putting him over Bam.
So you're putting Bam Adebayo then, Dub.
Yes.
Bob. Bro, see, this is where the list is going to start getting
Show
disgusting.
the list.
So only 2 rounds. I'm the last one, and then we done. Yeah.
This is there's a name I thought would have been said by now.
Show the list, JD.
think
Wait, yeah.
I know
Show
who
the
you're
list.
talking about.
Wait. Because
Talk
maybe
about
maybe
the
I
Cavs
think of
Mobley?
somebody.
No. Someone
Yeah,
else.
wait,
I
we only
think
got-
he's just. I think he's being forgotten about right now.
Let me see.
Why did you say him? It's too high for him.
Oh, way too high. But
Yeah,
Hey, we're only doing 2
Anthony
rounds?
Davis, Cat.
We're only doing 2 rounds, then I'm gonna take DeMarcus right now.
No, I mean, we can keep going
Oh,
until
I
it's
know
getting,
you're
like
talking
super
about
nasty,
Mars.
but
I
I'm
know
Wait,
exactly.
DeMarcus who?
DeMarcus ain't even on the team.
I said DeMarcus.
Golden State. Golden State.
Oh,
Marcus is crazy.
Yeah, that is
Euro,
true.
it's on you.
Change mine. Put Draymond.
Oh shit.
That is not who I was thinking of.
What? You don't want Bam?
Fuck it. Leave Bam.
Yeah, I'm not just.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I think people remember Draymond.
Yeah,
Well,
there's some. I think he might fall.
There's
to
one
me.
other person that you think about, Mars? Who the fuck are you?
I mean, there's 2, but there's one that I'm very surprised.
Okay.
I'm actually not really surprised at everyone who's gone so far, except for maybe this DeMontis one.
Nah, DeMontis is cool right there.
I think I have a big better than DeMontis.
Me too.
I for sure do.
Who?
Maybe Steven Adams.
No.
I got him.
Steven Adams!
Yo, let's just name because go ahead.
We'll get to him.
Who's next?
JD, you don't fuck with Steven Adams?
Yo, I love
Oh
Steven
my,
Adams, but
let's see
bro,
who it is
Steven
now.
Adams
Oh,
ninth,
let's see who it was.
ninth on this list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Impact wise, cold.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I
I
see what
forgot
you're
about
doing
change
there.
that.
Domantas Sabonis is
So pick him. Who is it
significantly
on? It's
better
on
than
Euro?
Steven Adams. Yes, on Euro.
Oh.
I don't care. You know I hate this shit, man.
I know Euro. Do you want me to? I could just skip you, and you could just talk shit with me.
Do
We
it.
could just talk shit about everyone's
Picks.
list.
Yeah,
Ron,
This is
right.
nasty.
Yo,
Y'all
can you-
nasty, bro.
We're
They
just
can
gonna
do that.
commentate
They
your
can do
guys'
that right.
shitty
Can you
picks.
show the
Ron.
list? Can you show the list?
Yeah.
I might have been the
Pick
one that messed it up.
Pick
Because I
him,
mean,
pick him.
it's for sure Zion, but Zion needs to be where Cat is.
Nah, you got to put him where he at now.
Yeah.
Oh
Zion.
my God,
I
dude!
forgot about
I
Zion.
forgot about Zion.
Damn.
Is that who you were saying, Morris? That we
Yes.
forgot?
Yes.
I mean, you can't really blame us though because he been
I-
out of the picture for so long.
Because we're
Yeah, I know.
stupid.
That's why people forgot him, and I definitely wasn't about to say him at 5.
You should have.
No
he
way.
would have been at 5.
No, I still think there's players
Giannis,
better than him now,
Embiid,
but-
Jokic, AD, Cat.
Who's next? We got
Yeah,
Zion
5.
out
I
the
could-
way.
I
So
could
you
put
want?
him above Cat.
So who?
You said it's on me. I'll
It's on Ron.
just pick Zion.
Oh, okay.
It's on you, Dell.
Come on.
Vucevic.
Mm.
Oh my god.
Oh, and see it start to get nasty.
Nah, there's still a name that needs to have
Who's
been
just
said.
cold?
I don't think Vucevic is nasty at all. I think he's so nice. Yo, Mars, is your name Memphis Cat?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's on you, Mars. So you can say it.
Siakam.
See,
I said no to him in the beginning. I think he's like a wing.
Yeah,
He plays the
He's a
5
4.
a
He's a
lot in
4.
Toronto, but he's a 4.
Oh, he's a 4. I thought he was a 3.
Dub.
Nah.
Plays like a 3.
See how weird we can make this list.
You giving him Pascal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on you, Dub.
I'm thinking, bro.
After I take this last pick, I'm not picking again.
Oh, Draymond. I'll pick Draymond.
All right, Bobby.
I'm gonna go with Jared Allen.
Ron.
Oh no, I'm not. I want Robert Williams.
I forgot about Robert Williams. Wow.
I want Robert Williams.
Robert Williams over Jared Allen is crazy.
I don't think it's that crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
Jared Allen over Evan Mobley is crazy.
That was my next thing.
I'm going Evan.
Did y'all mention Miles Turner yet?
No, I'm the last pick, and it's going to Jaren Jackson.
This list is ruined.
Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, AD,
I don't think
Cat,
that's a bad list.
Ayton, Gobert, Adebayo, Sabonis. See,
Vucevic
Zion
being
Williamson
that
is too
high.
low.
I think Aiton's too high. Sabonis is too high. Siakam's too low. Zion is a bit too
Only
low.
person I probably could give you that might be better than Aiden is Zion. That's it. On this list of players right here.
What?
I'd
Yes,
love to see what you're seeing in DeAndre Ayton.
You must not be watching. Mark.
I'm watching. I'm just not
Ayton
seeing
got a
better
nice-
than Pascal Siakam.
He got a nice
I like
offensive
Aiden.
game.
He on
bro.
cruise control right now, though.
I like Ayton. I think Ayton's good. I think in terms of just simply post players, I think he's one of the 5 best post players in the league. But
Yeah, my top
overall,
5.
I don't think he's.
My top 5 will be like for centers. It will be Embiid, Jokic, Bam, Cat, Rudy, and then Ayton will be right there 6.
I'm fine with that.
I don't understand. I really don't understand. Rudy's defensive impact is so great that you just dismiss the other side of the ball and you have him top
I would
5
never
based
pick
off of
Rudy
that?
over Aiden a day in my life. Even if I was born in France.
Me either.
I
don't think.
I pick Rudy over Ayton.
I would be hesitant. I'd be hesitant, but I'm not picking him, bro.
Even if I was born in France, it's Heat.
Yeah, I'm picking Rudy 10 out of 10 times.
I might pick Rudy as well. It's not a knock on Ayton. It's just I don't think his offensive game is.
It
that
is a knock on
dominant.
Aiden.
It's
Who's it a knock
it's
on?
half a
It's not a
player,
knock
though.
on Ayton, bro. It's just I don't think his offensive game is that much better than Rudy and his defensive game.
Oh,
my
I thought he was gonna say Ayton's offensive game isn't that much better than Rudy's offensive game.
Oh no, it's clear.
It's significantly better
It's
than
night
Rudy's
and day.
offensive game.
It's night and day.
Rudy
Night and day.
Gobert's offense makes me want to throw up and then pick it up with my hands and eat it again and then throw it back up.
Yeah,
That's what
it's-
Rudy
this
Gobert's
shit is-
offense does to me.
That shit is ass.
I think you guys underrate both of them.
Their
Yes.
offense or what?
Just them as a complete player.
I like
think-
DeAndre Ayton.
I think DeAndre Ayton has slept on his impact on both sides of the ball. I don't think he's talked about as much on defense as he should be. I don't think he's a terrible defender. I think he's an above average defender. And on top of that, I don't think Rudy Gobert is that bad as you guys.
Okay,
think.
so Ron,
Hey,
when
I was gonna-
Rudy's back to the basket, he's maybe, let's call it 6 feet away from the basket. He's even in the key. Nice little straightaway, right? Back to the basket. When he turns around to shoot that, you're not cringing?
No, because I know what to expect.
A brick.
Like
So
that's
Rudy don't got no jump hook, nothing.
Yeah, he has no post game, no scoring game that isn't just
What did you say?
offensive
Yeah, what do you
rebounds
have,
and lobs.
16? 16,
Yeah.
17?
It's
What do you
that's,
I mean,
is
I
that
think
15 again?
y'all sleep on Rudy's impact as far as like a lob threat, offensive rebound.
Lob
Exactly.
threat and garbage buckets. That's great. I'm just saying his ability
Garbage?
to score the basket. He gets garbage buckets. Grabbing
He gets cleanup
offense-
buckets.
They're,
Yeah,
they're garbage buckets. Whatever.
that's
same
cleanup,
thing.
bro. Come on,
It's
bro.
the
It's not
same
garbage.
thing
That's
just because
important. That's
he-
important. Come on,
Thank
bro.
you, Dub. Because
That-
I agree.
Whatever.
I agree.
You
That's
can't-
why I just think his scoring game in terms of him creating for himself is obviously abysmal, but I still think
That goes
Abysmal.
back to what Ron was
Abysmal's heat.
It's so abysmal, and that was the greatest word you could have found, Mars, because it is literally yes.
But that goes back to what Ron was saying. Just because he's not taking you off the dribble, spin, all that shit. If he could get the offensive rebound and put it back in, that's 2 points. He can get a lot.
Oh,
Yeah, that's great.
I agree.
And
That's 2
I'm
points.
not looking at
Nah, we're
shot
not doing
creation
this. Yo,
as
move on. No,
dribble,
we're not,
dribble,
no,
dribble
we're not
behind the
doing
back.
this,
Like,
bro.
come
Y'all
on.
not-
Y'all
what?
sleep on the impact of offensive rebounds and shit like that. That's how I tell you.
I mean, Shaq used to kill on the offensive glass.
I mean,
Everyone-
there's a lot. to
Dwight
that.
made his money. Hey, Dwight made his fucking money off of that,
No,
bro.
I hate
No, he didn't.
What?
defensive rebounds. I don't care about defense.
You think Dwight has made his money on the offensive rebounding end?
He was amazing on the offense.
Tristan Thompson made his money there, not Dwight Howard.
Oh, okay. That's not the. That's not the. No. You're taking that out of context.
Don't retrace that, Dub, because you.
No,
was
you,
right.
no, I am right. I am right. He's taking it out of context. There's more to his game than just that. But don't act as if him and his offensive rebound didn't help his offensive
Everything
output.
helped him. Showing
It
up
helped
at
a
the
lot.
time of his
It helped
prime
a lot.
helped. But people, all right, if we take anything with box Dwight out on the defensive end, and he'll control the paint offensively. That was Dwight Howard. Not, of course, he was a good offensive rebound, but it was like, come on, we're not doing that.
I've heard y'all.
We're talking about Rudy Gobert, bro. I'm not doing this.
I've watched the show so many times where y'all be like, "Oh, we're not gonna talk about rebounds. Rebounds that don't matter. How you gonna play if you don't get a rebound? If you don't
Bobby,
get a
Thank
rebound,
you.
You
you
talking
think
about the rebound averages.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that shit. That's important, especially if you're getting cleaning up the offensive glass, bro. You're so important to your team.
No, you are important, but all right.
Even defensive rebounds, though, the
I
possession
just
doesn't end
feel
until you secure the
when you
rebound.
gotta go to
No,
offensive rebound to label it to someone being a scorer is kind of gross. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not.
Imagine you playing a one-on-one. Rudy, you're not going to score until you miss and get your own shot.
Yeah, but this ain't 1-on-1. This is basketball. We talking
I mean, yeah,
about
Rudy 1-on-1 is like he can't post up anyone. Like
Right, bro.
we're aware of that, but he still provides value offensively.
Nah, the only reason I hate rebounds, though, I hate rebounds when trying to
Yeah, my man
differentiate
get
between two
mad buckets.
players.
Watch him get this offensive rebound.
Nobody said he gets mad buckets, though, but we saying when he does that is impactful
His
to his team.
highlight reel is just grabbing boards.
Hey, that shit is funny though. It was funny, but at the same time, though, like we're talking about winning games.
And it's got some hype ass music to it. It's just him grabbing offensive boards and taking it back.
Damn, JD, is it that funny?
Yo,
Yo,
I'm
can you
just saying,
send
like
me-
this.
Why
is-
imagine
this
his
is-
hoop mixtape, bro? His
he's
hoop
not,
mixtape
he's
would
not.
be so
You guys
funny.
is being nasty though. Like, yeah, it's funny,
Oh,
but I'm
my
saying like this is the first era where we have just negated rebounds and said that it's and acted like it's not important.
Welcome to hoop mixtape.
In
The
the
fucking slow
2000s,
motion.
rebounding was important. In the 90s, rebounding was important. In the 80s, rebounding was important. Now all of a sudden, when motherfuckers just run around and shoot a bunch of threes today, now all of a sudden,
No,
rebounding
we're not
is
saying
important.
it's
not
not
about
important.
And I'm gonna tell you,
We're
I'm gonna
just
tell you
not
why it's
saying
even more important.
This set to get to bucket because of offensive rebound. We've never said that, Ron. That's all we talking
No,
about.
he's
But
not
it's the
arguing
truth,
that. He's
though.
not
But it's
arguing
the truth.
that.
He averages 15 points, and he averages 3 offensive rebounds, which is, if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the most in history. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you're playing, especially
So he
about
averaged 6 points.
So I'm saying
offensive
no,
rebounds.
he averaged 15. But this is what I'm saying though.
But you just said he averaged 3 offensive rebounds.
That 3 offensive rebounds doesn't mean that he averaged 6 points. He just got 3 offensive rebounds.
So why
he got
the reason we're talking about this because he said he gets you guys are not counting the offensive rule when he get it, he put it back in. So what are we talking about?
I'm talking about him rebounding just in general though.
He's a great rebounder. We never said he wasn't.
Yo, can we stop talking about these fucking rebounds?
Thank you,
Jesus
Dub.
Christ, I hate
Why
these rebounds arguments.
No, because now I'm gonna start making it an emphasis. Why can't we talk about rebounding? Like
Because
that's
I'll tell you what, it's like this.
It's not an important facet of the game.
It's
You have to
nobody says that rebounds isn't important. The thing that which we talk about, especially when we compare players, if you want to compare maybe big men and big men, I can understand that. But when we're comparing players in their whole totality, nobody runs to the point where, oh, Jason Kidd's a better rebounder than Stephen Curry, so that's why he's better. Or Russell Westbrook's a better rebounder than Stephen Curry, so he's a better player. No, we talk about their gameplay. Let's talk about their game styles and how they play the game of basketball.
I was rebounding.
Hold on, another example.
I think it will contribute.
Another point is a lot of times rebounds are dependent on the position you're a part of. You mentioned Kawhi Leonard rebounding the ball to a Chris Paul. Hey, hold on. You mentioned Kawhi Leonard rebounding to a Chris Paul. By naturality, Kawhi Leonard's playing closer to the basket. He's gonna grab more boards than Chris Paul.
When does Kawhi Leonard play closer to the basketball than Chris Paul? What are you talking about?
Closer to the basket?
Kawhi
it's natural. What are you talking about?
Kawhi doesn't play center. In the game is naturally
a small forward is naturally more closer to the basket than a point guard.
Now I'm about to ether you. Who does Kawhi guard? He guards dudes like Jayson Tatum. He guards dudes like Kevin Durant. Those type of players, right? Where is Kevin Durant located on the floor most of the time? He's a wing, right? When Kevin Durant
you think Kevin Durant's just shooting up the whole time and not trying to go to the basket and get a bucket? Okay, what are you talking about?
When Chris Paul's guarding Steph, you think Steph's just shooting the whole time? And
Ron, you're missing the point. You're missing the point.
No, I get the point that you're trying to make. I absolutely do. But I'm saying Chris Paul is around the hoop just as much as Kawhi Leonard. But
hell no.
The point that I'm trying to make is the fact that it's a disparity between them is because Kawhi's taller. So that's why he gets more rebounds.
Okay. Okay, so that's cool. He's taller. He gets more rebounders. Does that make him? Does that him being tall and being a better rebounder? How does that even make him a better player?
You brothers are too intelligent to act like rebounds are this unimportant. Y'all not.
It's not unimportant, but when we're talking about differentiating between two players, sometimes rebounds is not really that impactful in this argument. If we're going to be real, it's not.
Why are rebounds not impactful? How do you get the ball, Dub? How do you get the ball?
Rebounds is important to the grand scheme of things. Rebound is important in the grand scheme of things, yes. But when we're talking about players and their play styles and how they play the game of basketball, where yes, rebounds is important, but that doesn't make you a better player just because one person A gets more rebounds than player B. Nobody says LeBron James is a better player than Michael Jordan because he gets more rebounds than him. No.
Some people do that.
Some people do. I think that's a wrong thing to do because that's mainly due to the fact that LeBron plays more close to the rim than Michael Jordan. On top of that, you have to include pace as well.
That argument works when you're talking about players that play different positions. If I'm talking about Chris Bosh against Tony Parker, yeah, okay, that's different. But if we're talking about two players that are closer to the same size, play closer to the same positions, if you rebound more than him, yeah, you're more impactful.
And yo, Bobby, I'm with you there, which is why I said when we're comparing centers and shit like that. But I'm not gonna sit here and look at a Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, and sit here and point out, oh, this guy is a better rebounder, especially when Chris Paul averages like 4 rebounds, right?
Okay, but it's no.
Chris Paul averages like 4 rebounds, and Kawhi averages 6, I think.
Yo, it's no knock to Chris Paul that he's a small guard, and he's actually a good rebounder for a smaller guard. But if a dude averages more rebounds, he averages more rebounds.
That doesn't make him a better player is the point I'm making.
It doesn't. You have to factor everything in. But if we're just talking about rebounder, if I say Kawhi Leonard's a better rebounder than Chris Paul, it's no knock to Chris Paul.
Whatever. That don't make him a better player is my point.
It doesn't.
It's the truth. It doesn't matter.
But Kawhi's a better player. You remember this? Yeah, y'all wasn't there, Dub. All on this.
Man, I didn't say one word on Gridiron, bro, because I wanted the show to end. I wanted the show to end, bro.
You was getting flame broiled, and then Fluent had to try to step in and save you.
Oh my god!
And his old ass got cooked too.
Ron, go ahead, bro. Like you're making come on, Ron.
How about that rebounding debate, chat? That was pretty fire. Now is a great time for me to recognize our regular and elite YouTube channel members. Shout out to everybody who is a member of the YouTube, the Players Choice YouTube. We appreciate you all equally, but we shout out the regular and elite members anyway. Scabaldi, King J, Lakers in 4, Brian Fawcett, Nate Richmond, Devin Mabry, the Broctopus, iOS Inc., TC the Don, Gideon, Tyson Thomas, Ace Boogie, Devontae Bailey, Zeke Knoll, Kendrick's B Squad, 40KOW, Dorian Clayton, Sacred Gaming, Grande Jones, Tino Bolton, Uncle Tito, Rio Maxos, Josh P23, Elder Rufus, Nick T, Bait, K Dog, Odd Malik, Jagar's Underworld, MC Robinson, Kenyon White, Big Meech, James Goz, 123. I feel like I could almost do that list without looking at it at this point. I might try it. I could get close.
I was about to say you probably have this rehearsed, don't you?
I could get close. That last like 10 is.
We should stop you, like not stop you, but like time you. You know what I mean? Like stopwatch shit. How many names you can get off in how many seconds?
All right. I like that.
We got to make this interesting.
All right. I like it. JD, I just got here. I blame you for this rebounding debate. Take some control over the show. L host. Supreme J, you just got here. You're late, you bozo.
Yo, I said it once and I'm gonna say it again. Anybody that thinks rebounding is not an important part of basketball is a absolute casual.
Oh my
Worse
Absolutely.
Worse than casual. You just here for the glitz and gun. You want to see somebody dunk or do all this other shit. You got to rebound to play basketball. Don't matter what.
Dennis Rodman fan club right now.
Yeah, this really.
Dennis Rodman's a god. Rudy Gobert is too.
The Nate.
Rudy Gobert is the best big man in the league.
Yo, fellas, you guys have any final words? Before actually you have any final words, Bob, thanks for joining us again, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure having you. Mars, you got any final words?
No,
Dub?
You had to think about that.
I did.
Gabe Davis, if you guys watching football, Gabe Davis is going insane right now, and it's pissing me off. So God bless.
Gabe's on my bench right now, and he has 30 points, and I'm so tight right
He's
now.
going bananas. He had a 98-yard TD pass and a 62-yard. And the play, I seen the plays. It was fucking crazy.
Bobby, any final words?
Yeah. Can't wait to see the Kings in the playoffs this year.
Okay.
And Draymond's a ball, so.
Euro.
Don't be, hey, kids, don't be like Draymond. Don't be like Draymond.
It's good
Yeah,
advice.
definitely. Don't be like Draymond. That's the smartest shit we said all the fucking show.
Right.
Keep your hands to yourself.
What do I have to say? Please subscribe. Please like this video. Please turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the other stuff. Mars, bro, I'm surprised you don't have anything to say because aren't you W host for PC Footy? You should have promoted that, but I got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
PC Footy, PC Gridiron, PC every fucking thing, man. We're talking and creating content left and right, man. So
And some more
support
stuff.
us, man. We love. Huh?
I said some more stuff's coming. Chat
Oh, yeah.
Thursdays. We have something coming back.
That is true, man. And then what else, man? Follow me at Twitter, man. I need to get my followers up at Urine Hezzy.
Me too, man. I tweet some good shit too.
Yeah,
I don't
It's
get
just
any,
me
like-
and Jay talking to each other, man. We need some more people to interact with. Fucking send memes back and forth.
I'll be there every now and then, favoriting y'all.
I be trying to tag you. You don't even let people tag you and shit.
Wait, how do I can't let you tag me? What?
Yeah,
Dub, also
whatever, man.
nasty Twitter
Go-
handle.
Go figure
Nasty.
Twitter out, Dub.
Just
You
grow
guys
up.
don't like my Twitter?
Ron,
What's on my Twitter? I don't
your
even know.
handle.
What is it?
I don't even know. It's just I remember looking at it, I was like, ugh.
Underscore
Oh,
underscore star
Underscores.
Dub underscore plus VS
Plus.
underscore
Divided by, multiply. Crazy.
Oh, underscore the great J underscore. That's what you didn't like?
Ah.
Yeah, that was back when I was in high school.
Ron,
Change it.
Final words. Rebounding is important. Rudy is the man, and Kawhi is better than Chris Paul.
Bing
Kawhi's
bong.
better than anybody.
Everyone looking for the social medias in the description in this YouTube in the YouTube description, also for audio listeners in the description of the podcast.
Oh, you didn't
there-
mention when I cooked you on our group chat, Ron. But you want to
There's-
talk about that,
There's
right?
yo, Dub. There's everyone's socials. It's everyone's Instagrams, but most people have their handles kind of the same. So, but all right, we outta here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. We all will talk shit to you later. See you.